No intro because we gotta hurry up. The Takeda trailer just dropped literally 10 minutes ago. All three of us are gonna react to this trailer. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, press play right there. All right.
Intense violence, blood and gore, strong language. Music.
Takeda. Oh,
Takedo?
victory screen!
The butt! The butt!
I've just remembered I can't hear any of this because my webcam doesn't allow that.
On my wall.
I assume it's a very nice intro
That's
saying,
awesome.
"Hey, I'm going to take you down like that."
Oh, finally we're gonna
1K11
see
ending.
Takeda's
I'm gonna crush
other intro animation now. He's not the hi-ya-ya one!
Oh no, Farah. Yeah, good point. We got Sector instead.
Here we go!
Because he's gonna be DLC. Oh, interruption. They're already neon. They're on fire the whole time. That's sick.
Ooh, there is so much mobility.
Ooh, Spider-Man? The Spider-Man?
Spider-Man? Oh, he can go forward with Movado, actually.
Yes.
Ooh,
Spider-Man
ooh.
mods on the way for.
Oh, they're back to
Mr.
Low Kunai.
Takeda.
Oh, okay.
But now we're gonna have Movado, Miles, and then like.
Oh no.
Takeda.
That's good.
Ooh, let's say I pair you with an archer, couple of soldiers. I don't want to be in some
I get
super
that
team
reference.
action movie.
I'm sure it was very cool.
Kung Gen reference. Sick. Flying knee.
Wait, is that a new move?
Oh, it's a new move. That's the
not,
ambush they were
that's
talking
supposed to be
about.
a
Yep.
move.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks pretty good, actually. That looks pretty good.
Talk about cold wall. Okay.
Ooh, you
This
got the
is
Rock
pretty
Lee
sick.
there.
Oh, a Zuda drop?
Straight
The Rock
up,
Lee special?
straight up stealing moves from Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden.
I mean, he got canceled. Look out, Takeda. He can cancel moves.
Oh, new move from Cyrax.
Oh, he drops the bomb now? That's sick. Okay.
That actually makes it really
Alright.
good,
Ooh,
yeah.
and he's got traps.
Cyrex officially top 5 again.
Ooh, I love these like animations for Takeda.
Is he coming back to that? No way!
He's going to
That
be
was
very
sick.
Spider-Man. in the
That was
mods. I'm
down for
looking
like
forward
5 straight seconds.
Oh my gosh.
They brought back Summoner Takeda. It's a lot of teleports.
Oh, enhanced version.
to it feels like they really wanted a character who
So
really
sick.
takes advantage of like the aerial combat stuff.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Why not pair him with Farah for this? Come on. Ooh.
Okay.
They already pre-recorded the
Nice
combo
and slick with
snake.
it.
Don't be
Very
so
efficient.
harsh.
Oh boy. Takedo's fatalities are hit or miss.
Ah!
Ooh. Oh, the blend is special.
I was kind of hoping to be skinned or something.
Well, now it can't go on your wall.
Yeah,
you cut it in
I
half.
agree.
Not going to be a good trophy anymore. Damn.
Oh, there is a Takeda render right there.
Tokido wins.
2 hours later.
Wow, what an epic trailer that we totally didn't wait like almost 2 hours to discuss. So we're gonna like talk about what some stuff that we went through, and yeah, what'd you guys think in general?
Well, in the time we were waiting for Dog to make his terrible video, I went back and fixed the webcam issue, so now I could hear the audio in the trailer. And so I watched the intros. I'm like, so that's why Dog was talking about, oh no, he can't use Xiao's head as a trophy because that's the intro. Oh, I completely missed that. Wow, crazy.
I see.
I did note that when he talks to Ermac, he says Kenshi, not my dad. So he's obviously still trying to keep it undercover, the fact that he is from the future or another timeline or something, or as it really means, he's actually Kenshi's cousin in this retcon timeline. Netherrealm's bullshit will never stop. Well, I agree with the last sentiment. You guys are still just wrong in this case.
I hate time travel. I don't like it in most stories.
Yeah, we'll see how they handle this part. I think we can't really confirm this until he comes out, and then like I watched like the 20-minute compilation of all of his like intro dialogues to make sure like what's going on essentially. Actually, I'm pretty sure tomorrow we'll get his bio, so we can just look at his look at the bio right there. That explains everything, like what this Takeda is basically and stuff. Is it racist that he wants to grab Shao swords?
Huh? No, I don't think so.
No, I'm
I thought
just
everyone
joking,
did that. Oh, you mean like just towards Xiao as a species, seeing
Yeah, like
him as like a
outworld
deer.
people or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I'm joking about.
I mean, as a southerner, I loved it because we're like in hunting territory, so like everyone in my family is a hunter. So I was like, ha, you're going on the wall, Xiao. That'd be a hilarious like outro. It'd be way too like extra, but imagine the outro is like Takeda sitting in like a comfort chair and like the wall of heads are behind him, and whoever he just killed, like their head's in the center.
So
he's
like Predator
yes.
in MKX.
The next Predator, basically, yeah.
There's got to be fan art of that soon. Like Shao's just the trophy.
Basically on that cut room from Spider-Man 2 where all the villains' heads were displayed by Craven.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Spider-Verse cover that's like really edgy, but I still love it, where it has the Inheritors sitting down all comfortable and all the Spider-Man heads are on the wall. It's like one of the
I've seen
edgiest
that.
covers ever. It's a what-if scenario, obviously, because they don't kill all those main Spider-Men, but yeah.
I mean, you have to remember, like, one of the most famous Spider-Man covers was the one where Venom is licking a skull that has Spider-Man's mask on it. And there's even some slime
No,
on
the
it.
most famous Spider-Man cover is the Spider-Woman cover with her butt in that weird pose. No, I'm kidding.
For you, I guess. No, but
No, it got
anyways.
a lot of controversy. People be like, where's her spine? It was that a whole, like, where's her organs era.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like Widowmaker? Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, so what do you guys think about the gameplay? Because a lot of stuff was happening on screen.
Well, I think
I think Lydia looks amazing. I'm just kidding. Let's go back to Lydia.
Come on now, dog. We're talking about M. Bison. Keep up with the trend.
From what I saw, they seem to be trying to make him very aerial focused. Which
Yeah.
I'm not too up to date on the meta and whatnot. I mean, I still don't know how to make that stuff actually work in gameplay, so just don't bother. So genuinely, so to me as a casual, it feels like they've not really had a character like this since like Natara, who puts a
Ariel?
or maybe like I think Omni-Man did.
Yeah.
Do you know who else can fly?
Joe Mama.
Yeah, I know there's a flying, but like how much does that factor into normal combos, like common
A lot.
strings?
Homelander like
Okay.
stays in the air like half of his combos, basically. Yeah.
Then cut this whole
But
part
I still
out.
do agree. I agree with Snake, though, because that is the part that got me the most surprised. I was not expecting Takeda to literally become Spider-Man and bungee cable.
Yeah.
the
He
ceiling.
literally has like a.
I thought that was going to be a Movado thing, like, for sure. So when, like, it's Takeda doing it, I'm like, respect. And
It does
yeah,
look cool, though,
sadly, that's a positive. A big negative, I'm going to pick up my drink to bang the table.
Oh, boy.
Where were the lightsabers?
Yeah.
More lightsabers. Damn it,
The
he's
laser
just a whip
swords.
boy.
It's
It
the
seems
shit
like
out
in
of you
Mortal Kombat 1.
variation.
You'll do it in a fatality at least.
Right. That's probably true.
But the thing that made the lightsaber fun was the variation, like the fact that he can throw it on the ground and like rink, like call it up as a combo and stuff like that.
I knew that move was not going to come back. And before I decided not to make my prediction video for Takeda because it would be irrelevant in like 2 days, I was going to mention that, like how, guys, we're not going to get most of the lightsaber stuff back. We can hope for maybe a couple of strings where he pulls them out, or maybe like the little launcher, and like launch them in the air. Maybe we'll get that back. But it seems like the more I think about it, Mortal Kombat 1 does just pick one weapon for most of the characters and stick with it. Like even Scorpion mostly just has the whips now, like the whip chain. He does not have like a katana or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it seems like Takeda's just the whip boy. He does not get to have whip plus lightsaber. He's got the... Oh, also, they're not kunai anymore. They're ninja stars. That was an interesting change.
Oh yeah, actually, because you see in the Fatal Blow, he clearly shows it like the ninja stars.
I feel like part of the reason why there's less focus on a variety of weapons now is because in MKX they did that because of the variation system. In MK11 it was because they needed multiple things you could customize. So like, the Scorpion has his spear, he has his swords, and the other characters will have different types of guns and whatnot. Whereas in this game it's like there's one customizable item and it's usually not the weapon. So
No, yeah. Still not too sure like what the gear is gonna be for. Actually, did we see the gear in this gameplay? I'm not too sure.
It
Maybe
probably-
not.
He never
it
changes
probably
masks or
will be the
anything now.
mask.
Yeah, probably is the
Um,
mask though. Yeah.
I'm just
One
hoping
thing I
they'll
want to
have-
point out... Oh, go ahead.
I'm hoping he gets one where he wears a bandana over his eyes.
Yes.
Maybe
Ah.
with an explicit Scorpion mask, just to be like the two parts of his lineage are together on his face. It doesn't have to be, but it'd be neat if they did.
Yeah, I don't think
know
he's
what I
ever had
want?
like a blindfold in MKX, right? At least for his skin.
I don't know what you call this in Asian culture, but there's that face attire that some priests or stuff wear, like in Demon Slayer, the one guy had it, where they have their entire face covered by like a veil of cloth with like a symbol on it.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if Takeda had that. Just his whole face just covered by an entire like cloth.
I do like those. Those look really cool with like the samurai swords and stuff like that.
I want to see more stuff. From
Also,
his
I'm just going to call it
heritage.
now because they keep nerfing characters from previous games to make them a bit more fair and manageable. I think those throwing stars are not going to hit low anymore when they detonate.
so low,
I think they're going to be
Jesus
mids. You can block them however you want to, but they're still going to be great for plus frames and extending combos and stuff. But I doubt they're going to let Takeda do a combo, throw those down, then do a jump in timed overhead and make you block with the detonation. I don't see it happening.
Oh gosh, like Kung Lao cameo Kung Lao just for Takeda.
Yeah, because that's what he did in MKX. He would throw the stars down, jump, and then go for something, and you had to block it. It was nuts. Yeah, they're not going to allow that anymore. No way.
Looks
Yeah,
very
we can
low
hear
on
you,
here.
Snake. I'm seeing you messing around with stuff, but we can hear you though.
Yeah, because it looks very low on here, so I'm sorry if it ends up having to be boosted and then sound like absolute dog shit.
We'll see.
It sounds
What
bass
was-
boosted.
Why Waba? I just
Well, it's that joke that when people they talk with their microphone, it's all blah 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 blah. It's all
Yeah,
blown
yeah.
out and distorted. Yeah. Anybody else want to mention what they saw in the trailer before I talk about more ridiculous stuff that I saw?
yeah. Well, we can talk about cameos like later. We just focus on Takeda now. But yeah, this guy definitely looks like a. I literally made a comment on YouTube and I just said, "Smoke 2.0 looks very fun." Dude with like all these like comboing, spinning and canceling and teleporting all around and stuff. It's just like it looks like because a lot of characters who have like air combos, they stay in the air. This guy looks more like he's like attacking and then teleporting into the air and then still staying in the air because of like gimmicks and techs and stuff like that. So it does make him look very flashy and fun. And I feel like that's the kind of characters that I like to like try out and stuff like that. I remember like when I play Combat League, when I went up against a lot of smokes, I'm like, if you really main this character, he seems like a lot of fun. He seems very hard, but it seems like you can like juke and do crazy shenanigans. And I see that with Takeda basically.
He has a reptile style move too, where he just dashes in really quickly and kicks you in the face. That seems fun.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
think
be
I
good
saw
for punishing people.
I saw a comment saying like Scorpion says, "Get over here." Takeda says, "I'm going over there."
I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm coming over there. One also really cool thing. I know it's like very minor, but I gush over shit like this. So at one point in the trailer, Takeda goes from the sky to the ground, but then it's not just one string into special move like everybody else. He does like a short 2-hitting string that re-ground bounces the opponent a second time, and then he just gets another string because they're bounced high enough. And I'm like, ooh, that reminds me
That's cool.
of MK9 Sub-Zero. He did the exact same thing. He would like launch the opponent, then do back 1-2, and went, oh god, he bounced him off the ground. Then he got a short follow-up, and that was like the sickest thing to me. I don't think they mean to be referencing that because it's such a like far callback thing and the wrong character, right? Because it's although it's Kuai Liang now, so it could be a reference. Kuai Liang taught me that ground bounce in the past timeline.
Kuai Liang did that move to me in Chapter 3 of MKX, and I remembered it ever since.
Woo.
It's funny.
When he bodied us all.
Yep. I did also, actually, speaking of the past, I do like the reference that Johnny Cage is like, alright, get you with an archer and some soldiers. And Takeda's like, no. I was like, aha, see what you did there. It does kind of indicate that maybe the other three aren't coming back, though. Just because he kind of made that joke like that.
Well, at least not for
I
now.
think Kung Jin's coming back. He's got a
Right?
new look.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a brand new look in story mode. I don't think Cassie or, Jackie definitely is not. But they just...
it seems clear that
Yeah.
that Jackie and Cassie just have returning designs from prior games, just yellow, whereas these two actually have. I mean, Jin's is still similar to what he had in MKX. I say more so than what Takeda has, but these are still new designs, and these two, the boys didn't have their chance to come back last time, but the girls did. So it feels like the girls are sitting this out, maybe a cameo appearance at best,
Yeah.
and whereas the boys get to be fully playable.
I feel
I
like
now
that, too.
want fan art of like a doorway that says like Mortal Kombat 1 roster or DLC list, and people are waiting in line, and Takeda's got the little clipboard, and Jackie and like Jackie and Cassie are there, and he's like, "Can you read the sign?" And it's like, "No girls allowed." You're not allowed in.
That is true. Like, this is a sausage fest, as people say.
To which Cassie's like, "Oh man, come on!" But then Jackie's all cross-eyed. I can't read.
What?
Well, because everyone's mean to Jackie, so I feel like they'd portray her in a really dumb way. Like, Jackie's dumb, make her dumb, because we don't like Jackie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just okay.
You don't understand my vision. I'm ahead of my time.
Okay, sure. Okay, visionary. What else? I did like how you guys basically kept saying like, okay, when's the Spider-Man mod coming out? Now with like Takeda and like Movado as a combo, it's like it does feel like you could do like a Spider-Man mod. It'd be very funny.
I'm picturing Bi-Han like looking over his shoulder, scared, as like this trio of whip men are just coming towards him. Scorpion with his ropes and spears, and then Movado with his bungee cables that still make no sense, and then Takeda with his most deadly whips.
Yeah. In chapter 1 of the story mode, you still see like quietly in the background the whips walking up the rated.
I also found it kind of cool that if you look closely, Takeda's whips aren't just like hot, like just glowing orange. There's actually fire dripping down them in some attacks, which is cool. It kind of implies that like there's gasoline running through them or something, and they're igniting, which is kind of sick. I like that. Or it could be Hellfire. He could actually have mastered Hellfire. Who knows? I mean, it seems like an MK1. Right? Yeah. You're right, the teleport has fire on it, yeah. So it seems like they're implying anyone can learn fire if you're just trained in it.
Well, I mean, in MKX, if he could do that does make sense, technically speaking.
But did he touch his forehead when he teleported? I didn't look for that.
Why is that an important detail?
He used to touch his head when he teleported in MKX, which kind of like loosely implied that it was a Kenshi ability that he was using, like it's like a mental thing, not a technique.
No, he doesn't. He just teleports. I just look. He's like, and it teleports, basically.
Because Kenshi can also teleport, and it's always been implied that, like, in MKX at least, like, because they're trying to mix him with Scorpion and Kenshi, like, the teleport was Kenshi's teleport, not Scorpion's. They're trying to be, like, pretty clear about that.
But aren't you only able to use that in the Shirarayu variation?
Oh, fair point. Well, he touches his head. That's all I'm saying. He go, and then he would teleport. So
he uses Kenshi's powers to use Scorpion's, like, ability or something like that, maybe.
Sure, Sonic. Whatever fan fiction you want to drum up, okay?
I don't know. Yeah, because
I was trying to point out a fun fact. You're making me look stupid.
Well, we're just discussing. We're just chatting. Because I've always did think, like, what's part of, like, Takeda's moves is influenced by Kenshi. And other than lore, because, like, in the story mode, he literally can read minds and stuff like that. Like, I don't see a lot of, like, Kenshi, like, movements in Takeda's moves and stuff.
He also learned the art of abandoning your child, because it turns out that, like, Jackie's pregnant, but he ran to the past to escape.
Okay.
Like, I got a mission to do. I got a dangerous mission. I got to do it. Bye.
The visionary is back.
I cannot believe you would suggest a storyline in which a black mother is abandoned by her baby daddy. How could you do this? This is just feeds into negative stereotypes of the black community. You will not get away with this. You will pay.
So yeah, I was just trying to make Takeda a bad person. I didn't think about the further implications.
You already said Jackie can't. You already said Jackie can't read. I mean, what more needs to be said about true under racist?
True under the hood.
Okay, let's continue on before we make Dog look too bad. So, Snake, anything else you noticed in the trailer?
I noticed the lack of Farah, who is also dropping alongside him, which is a bold choice.
What are you talking about? Farah was in the teaser.
That doesn't
with
count.
Smoke. She already was like in Homelander's trailer, so I guess there were. And also, you gotta admit though, this trailer was already made.
I guess they want to show off the new stuff, but like, it just seems weird. It's like, yeah, she's not even there at all. Like, you couldn't even put her in for like one segment, helping her. Yeah, helping Takeda with a few combos, just something else to show off the other thing that's dropping alongside him. Like, I know no one really gives a shit about Farah as a character, but like, at least try and hype her up. Like, come on. I mean, and also I noticed the lack of the movie costumes. We either suggest that NetherRealm continues to be fucking terrible at marketing their own stuff, or that's not dropping yet, and that we have to wait until year 2 for that.
So I'm gonna be a shill for NRS here. They never showed any of the skins in the trailers, and also
I know, but this is a big deal. This isn't just like some stupid
it's a big
OC
deal.
Costumes.
Okay.
These are the movie costumes.
Sonic keeps dunking on us. He keeps making us look stupid. He coming in here with the
all right.
You know what, Sonic? Just become one of those guys on Twitter that adds the extra information and just dunks on people. What's that called? I'm trying to think. I love those people though. They're funny. Community notes, yeah. Just become a community notes person on Twitter, Sonic, because you're just like, actually, For further context, none of the gameplay trailers have shown the DLC costumes.
No, I just want to get more. Literally, I'm getting more context because like Farah is a delay, so they've already probably made this trailer like months ago. So it's like, do we redo the combo that I had to do in the combo trial for like hours just to
If true,
showcase
that's super
Farah again
interesting.
that we showed in like the Homelander trailer?
This might help with the that's better with the audio balancing. It's only going to be like 25 minutes with terrible audio. From here on out, it should be pretty good.
All right, awesome.
Now it's just a video that's going to be terrible.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun trailer. I'm actually excited to see the combat cast, to see like more explanations of the characters and stuff.
I mean, if Sonic is right too, and they made this trailer in advance and had it ready to go, that is an interesting implication that NetherRealm is doing what I theorized. They have all these new attacks ready to go for the cameos, but they're purposely drip feeding it to keep like new content coming instead of doing like one big update where everyone gets all the moves right away. Which, if true, is interesting.
I mean, I feel like everybody has a little bit of like things that they've already prepared, but they're not like immediately showcasing because you never know if there's always like a crap, we didn't make up for this deadline, but it's okay because we still can showcase the other things in the past and stuff. I'd feel like that'd be smart. Yeah.
Can we talk about the new abilities now? Can we talk about the cameos?
Ooh, all right. That's it for Takeda. But yeah, so they clearly showcased 3 new Kameo Fighter abilities in this trailer.
Oh shit, I think I only caught 2 in my video. Oh well, I'll learn about the third one here. So
I
noticed.
I know which one you didn't catch. I know which one you didn't catch.
We have Ice Cream on Twitter, who has thankfully been cataloging all these changes, so we can just look at that and just say, oh yeah, we definitely noticed these things. Definitely all us. We are very observant.
Let's let Shredder Dog like talk about the 2 that he noticed, and the third one he can try and guess.
Sure. So of course everyone's gonna notice the Frost ability because it's the most flashy one. Summons a giant wall of ice, making Bihan blush and crush super hard because she made a tribute to him, an icy wall. But yeah, that's going to be really cool. It also, unfortunately, though, is one more reason to not use any of Janet Cage's other moves because she could also do that, but now it's like just use Frost because she can do it in the middle of whatever you're doing. It's an ambush ability. For anyone not aware, until now, Frost has been the purposely only summon abilities. You could not do an attack with your main character and then summon her and keep attacking. She would like take over what you were doing. That's what a summon is, right? Kind of like a special move. Now she finally has a move where she actively is doing something while you're doing something, and some characters get way better combos and setups at the wall, so she might actually be a really good partner for them now, because some characters only become really good once the wall is there. So she may become really good with those characters. I'm not sure if it's enough to make her popular. I'm just going to call it because other stuff about Frost, like her low and all that, are still super risky. They're reactable, and only giving you a corner might not be enough to make her a popular cameo, but it's certainly really cool, and it does make her other abilities a bit stronger too, like her slow traveling ice ball that she does.
Yeah.
Theoretically now, you could summon the ice wall mid-combo, keep it going, and then when you end the combo, still have time to summon her again for the little slow floating ice ball, and then you'll have like a double setup. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, back in the day, like when the game just came out, when people were testing out, like
Back in my day.
yeah, back in the day,
Back
like
in my day.
Frost was used debatably with like what's it called? It was a battle between if you want to use Frost or if you want to use Sub-Zero back then, because the main reason you want to use them, at least for Kenshi, is because they freeze your opponent to set up Sento.
Yeah.
Eventually, Sub-Zero won out, which now I think Cyrax is winning out, or I forgot who the new one is, or Movado. But the point is, Sub-Zero was the better one because you
With
can use
Kenshi,
him,
it's
and you can
Cyrax.
also
Yeah.
it's Cyrax, yeah. But it's always been like, do you want to use Sub-Zero's freeze your opponent, or do you want to use Frost freeze your opponent? And that's always been like the issue. And unfortunately, like Frost like stepped down from that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only because her low is reactable. If they give her a frame data adjustment too and make that low plus on block like Sonya's overhead is, which I don't see why they couldn't, since like we already have a mix-up that's plus. If they make that mix-up just not death, or just make it safe even, then I think Frost would be good, because she's fun when paired with Lee May or anybody else that has an overhead ender normally, and you just end with Frost instead for a fun little, ooh, did you see that coming? You know, kind of mix-up. She'd be great, but the problem is right now it's still punishable on block. So if you go for it and the opponent blocks it, you're just like, well, I'm dead. Say goodbye to like 30-40% of my life. So I'm screwed now.
But yeah, we'll see though. I mean, I don't know how good an Ice Wall is, but an Ice Wall ambush, it could be really interesting. So
because some characters like Sub-Zero get way better combos if there's a wall nearby. And now the issue is she only has that, right? So it's still better to use Chameleon because she's still way better for Sub-Zero. You know what I mean? That's the issue. Like the wall is cool, but does it overpower the other awesome things that cameos do? Probably not. I'll still use it, and it's going to be great for combo videos. Have fun on Twitter just watching all the ridiculous combo wall setups and stuff. In fact, we're going to get Tekken-style double wall combos now, I bet. Where you can like summon the icy wall right away, combo the opponent a bit, and then when the wall falls down because it runs out of time, you still keep comboing the opponent all the way to the next wall.
Ooh,
get a double wall combo. Be kind of sick. Yeah.
So who's the next Kameo Fighter there, Trinidad Dog?
I noticed that Sector has 2 missiles now instead of the
you saw
one,
that now.
which I'm thinking may cost more meter. Like you hold it down or something, and it costs a full circle instead of 1. Yeah,
it does.
That's what I'm guessing. Oh,
No,
you saw it in the trailer. You can see the actual meter get drained.
At first, I was thinking, did they buff it to 2 missiles? But no, you clearly see he uses it with the enhanced like doom effect when he uses it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
So it costs a meter. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Then it may cost just 1 real bar and not more of the cameo bar because Trimmer has that too.
Oh.
That'd be interesting. I'm okay with either one, but the reason that's so strong for anyone wondering why is because those missiles were mainly just for locking the opponent down. They did not give you very much follow-up combo pressure on purpose. I think NetherRealm was afraid of it being too strong, but now they said, fuck it. We're going to let it combo off a throw now more easily. We're going to let it combo after a string more easily with that second missile. It's going to have more hits done, which I think is brilliant.
The AI with Sector Kameo is so funny because they'll always have him launch a missile and then do a grab, and then they get knocked out of their own throw.
Yeah.
they do it so consistently. It's really funny.
Yeah, and what's even funnier is that that's actually a good strategy if you aim the missile behind the opponent, because they'll actually shove you into the missile and get a free follow-up, which is now going to be really strong.
Oh, that's interesting.
You could do it before, but the timing was so absurdly strict because there's such little hits done on the missile. Now that it does 2, it's going to be really easy to combo after. It's going to be so sick. We're going to see so many freaking throw combos.
Sector always has been the Kameo Fighter that's like just like almost there. You're almost like commonly used, but just like he's just a little bit like outranked by like Striker and Kano, because that missile kind of has the same properties of like do an unsafe move, rocket, boom, like that. But it's like
it's a good point. Yeah,
that's always been the reason as to why people prefer Kano after Striker got nerfed and stuff like that. Now with this new move, who knows? Because I have been seeing like people still in some cases use Sector. So
I just realized the third move you're talking about, because I saw that too. I did mention it in my video, luckily. I know the third one. Okay.
Okay, so you didn't mention all of them. Okay, that's good.
I was wondering if you're going to remember you reacted to it in the reaction.
Yeah,
you noticed it.
I didn't notice
and
the
it wasn't
Sector's
what I thought.
missile initially, but yeah. I saw that Cyrex bomb too. But yeah, the Cyrex bomb, like that is way better actually in that case.
Yeah, if that bomb is still unblockable after you knock him away, that's going to be so good. I'm worried that it'll change into like a mid or something. Because if it stays unblockable, it's just so good.
Here's a question. I think this is how it works. That bomb can hit your own character too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if it drops on the ground like that, I bet you get hit too. That makes sense.
Sure. But it's still like crazy, because even if you get hit by it, sometimes you can get up first if you do it correctly and all that. So, but I mean, it's just really strong. I think that's pretty cool. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I predicted that because Interloco found those extra animations in the data files, and one of them was super goofy. It was just Cyrax arming the bomb, but he did this.
Yeah, he moved around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was going to be the update, that he could you could summon the bomb and he could walk up behind the opponent and like detonate it or something, because that'd be kind of sick. Or you could like do the shove, because for anyone not aware, the meta with Cyrax's bomb is that you could summon Cyrax to hold the bomb, and then you would use your throw, which without the cameo, you just shove them away from you, but then you'd shove them into Cyrax and detonate the bomb, and it would give you a free follow-up. It was pretty sick.
Oh, I see.
And in the corner, it would work too if you spaced it correctly. You could be in the corner, but just barely outside the range of that bomb detonation. But if Cyrax could walk, it would make it even easier to set up that little sneakiness, because you could have him walk to the right spot as you're shoving them. So
We shall see. I'm happy they're buffing moves that are more like not used as much, because you pick Cyrex just for the spinnies. So it's like, okay, this seems like a new property that you can use that added to the combo list and stuff. Although with that being said, Sector was only mostly used for the rockets, so they just buffed that. So yep, sure.
I'm picturing the SpongeBob meme when they get put in prison and let out right away. I picture Cyrex being put in prison. It's like, you're no longer a top 5 cameo. Okay, you're back to being top 5. Let's him out of the prison. Like, here's your new little buff.
You think the bomb improvement is enough to make him top 5?
Maybe not, but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty good. Because that means that maybe... I'm wondering, can I hit him? Like, imagine if I can purposely, as the summoner, hit Cyrax. That would be interesting. Make him drop it.
That doesn't make sense, though, because it's like, because you do any combo, he drops it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty badass.
Who are the current top 5?
The current top 5 cameos? So Janet and Chameleon are top 2. They're always going to be top 2. Kung Lao is always going to be up there. I would say that...
Kano? Or...
Yeah, Kano's up there.
Kano only because Cyrex and Striker got nerfed, right?
Yes, 100%, only because they got nerfed. So that's 4 right away. I'm not sure who the 5th one might be. You could argue that Shujinko, but nobody plays him. So, but he's got a lot of stuff.
Shujinko, if you specifically know how to counter like your opponent.
Well, what makes Shujinko so cool, but no one wants to like work with him because we're all lazy, is that he can get his powers back the fastest.
Yeah,
like he could be doing cameos the whole match like constantly, but nobody wants to manually summon him to just levitate and sit there.
Well, in a sense, that kind of makes him like longer because you have the set. You got to like, literally charge him up manually if you want to use him.
But it's faster though than the default charge time.
It is more risky also because literally
you can punch him in the face. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I don't want to exactly say Janet is like number 5, but she is still quite.
No, Janet's number 1 with Chameleon.
And you said Janet already. My bad. I thought you didn't say that yet.
Yeah, we already got 4 listed already. I don't know who the 5th one would be, but
yeah, a 5th one because every other character is like. This character works so well with this certain cameo, but this cameo doesn't work really well with other characters. Like
Mavado
Goro,
might be.
Or Tremor.
Mavado
really
could be number 5, or Goro. Yeah,
Mavado actually.
Mavado
Mavado is a good one because there are a lot of people now using crazy things with Mavado.
Yeah, now that slight health nerf has been reduced, he's back to being a good boy again.
Yeah, I mean he's always been
Sadly,
good.
They removed his glitch. With that glitch in there, he was top 5 for sure. Where he could, if the opponent knocked themselves down, he would hit them. Yeah,
I know, but I sometimes still feel like I see it. I'm like, wait, how come Mavado hit there? Huh? Like I do sometimes feel that once in a while. I'm like, did they completely remove it?
It's super funny, man.
Yeah.
It is super funny.
Also, we will get to this in just a bit because even though today
Eagly is number 5. Eagly is the number 5 cameo.
Because today the Takeda trailer just dropped, but next week, does it get released next week? I think it's released next week. Yeah, he gets released next week. He's gonna be at EVO in like 5 days, but also we are in like a couple of days gonna get like a giant patch note explaining like what happens and all that kind of stuff. So we are getting like a lot of news, and we can kind of like talk about the teasers we got because Boon dropped a lot of like teaser bombs on like Twitter and stuff. And what's funny is they showcased like all these new cameo moves. They did not showcase Scorpion's new ambush move, which they teased. Boon did tease that on there, so that's something to still look forward to. But yeah, anything else you want to say about the trailer?
Also, Goro got some new stuff apparently, but they didn't show that either.
He has new ambush cancel options. So, is that new moves or is that just like you can cancel some of his stuff?
Well, when they say cancels, they could mean one of two things. The boring option is you can just cancel his stomp and he won't come down. That'd be stupid. I'm thinking what they mean is he can do a second stomp or something after it, which would be sick.
Because I know he has the leap basically, which how do you
nobody uses it.
Yeah, but how do you like dodge that? I have no idea how to because you can't block that. So it's like I'm always
you can't block it. So theoretically, there's plenty of situations where it could be guaranteed, and the opponent would just have to deal with it. The issue is it's never gonna add a ton of damage. It does like a very small amount of damage on purpose because they don't want you to abuse it too much, and it costs a full circle.
Yeah,
so like why would you give up his amazing little like raise the roof ability, which is like his most overpowered move? Why would you give that up by doing his little stompy?
like that's like Goro is like Jada in that situation. You literally just do this with Kung Lao. There you go. That's why I use Goro.
I did see some situations where it was really hype and the stomp did do exactly what it was meant to do, and it was guaranteed in a sick reset. And I was like, that's really cool. That looked awesome. But now he's gone.
Yeah. Speaking of funny cameo moves, though, I did see a clip on Twitter recently that was really funny. But it was like someone was doing a combo on a Johnny Cage, and as he ends the combo, he gets Movado to throw like the trap, and then Johnny uses the his fatal blow, and then the trap activates and ding, it counts because of Movado's trap, and the opponent's like, what the that was Movado's trap!
Oh, it forces his parry. That's interesting. That's pretty cool.
It's funny, yeah. Somehow Movado triggers the parry on the reptile player.
Man, that's shades of MK9. For anyone not aware, in MK9, Johnny Cage's super was the same thing. It was a parry, but it was infamous for like, you didn't have to even hit him. If anything hit Johnny and your opponent was remotely close to Johnny, it would activate his fatal blow. It was hilarious. Like, it didn't have to even be a hit. So, for example, if Sub-Zero did his ice clone and was like, haha, you can't get me, Johnny Cage could walk up and do the counter, and as long as Sub-Zero was close enough to Johnny when he hit that clone with the counter, it worked. It activated the fatal blow. Yeah. It was super hilarious. Oh, Johnny Cage is one big meme once again. International love. I can't wait to see Takeda experience international love.
Why? Okay.
It's every time. Y'all haven't seen that? Like, every time a new character comes out, someone posts that stupid meme shit post, like, Takeda versus international love. And it's just Johnny Cage doing the parry and that music. Da 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 da.
Oh, wow. So they do that with, like, every DLC character. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about for the trailer?
Snake's already burned out. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, Snake is melted. But yeah, it was a fun trailer. I was like, okay, that's cute. Got some new moves, got some tease, got some Takeda footage. Excited for his release. But now we can check out some of the teasers that came out recently. So this is Ed Boon's tweet because he made like an entire list of the stuff that he's gonna be talking about.
Oh crap.
What?
Then I was like, oh snap, let's see.
What are you you made videos about this, dog. Don't be shocked.
Oh, I thought it was brand new. You made it, the way you worded it made it sound like it just came out. I was like
teasers!
Oh snap.
I literally was setting this all up in the last 5 minutes. Come on now. But yeah, basically, like, he teases a lot of like upcoming updates, character buffs, cameo buffs, and even talks about like what the community wants buffed most in like one of these posts and stuff.
I like how it says Nitara, some serious buffs. Like,
good.
Like, it's like yes, true underdog. We are someone of the officers has seen your video. We agree. We're going to buff this character.
Okay, specifically
don't make
for
me do another
Underdog.
Ahegao face. I'll do it.
I'm the one who made that, but okay.
Yeah, but I'll go more over the top this time with it. I'll like make her eyes even more enhanced. I'll put
you'll break her
blood.
jaw, something like that.
Yeah, everything seems pretty standard. Just, a new move here or there, a new string. But then it's like crazy buff to uppercut, jump, cancel, dog. Can you explain what that means to the people who don't know what that means?
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Exactly.
I appreciate
Go
the
to
setup.
Super
I'll
Snake.
alley-oop this. So there is a borderline useless mechanic in Mortal Kombat 1. It's got a cool concept, but it just costs too much meter. If you duck under a high attack or uppercut a jump in, you have the option to press up and block, and you will do an enhanced like follow-up where you cancel out of the animation of the uppercut to, hit the opponent in the air while they're still like juggled. So it's a combo starter off an uppercut, and it happens after a jump in or after you can duck a high attack too, I think, and do it, which is sick. The issue is it costs 2 bars. Ain't nobody gonna spend 2 bars on a single thing like that.
Yeah, Snake, you know how like you use an uppercut and that's it, right? They're down.
Yeah.
So this basically is like use an uppercut and then you can use the enhance to then follow it up with a jump attack, basically.
It's very fun.
It's very funny that like every guide I watch of like combo videos, it's like, because when I want to learn a new character, I watch these combo guides, and there will be a section in these videos that'll be like uppercut cancel combos, and it's like, oh yeah, this is when the game just came out and people thought this was gonna be a thing. Okay.
The only time I've seen that be even remotely useful is with Lee May, because she can do like the Janet balloon combos, right? But even then, it's like you get the same damage or more for just doing her armored launcher instead, like her down back 3 or something. So it's like, why would you, it's the 2 bars makes it worthless. So I hope either they make it 1 bar with maybe a stipulation attached, or they just increase the damage on it like crazy or something. Like they gotta do some reason to make it worth it.
Yeah, I'm
guessing it's just not
1
worth
bar.
it right now.
I feel like
the only time you would ever use it now is if like the opponent's near death, like 1 combo, they jump at you.
Makes sense.
And you have no cameo. So you're like, okay, I don't have cameo for combo extender, so I'll just do an uppercut and blow 2 bars because it'll win the match. But even then, you have better options like up block. If you know they're going to jump in and do an attack, you just up block. Like there's no reason to... Yeah. Somebody at MK11 made that design choice because they love their stupid layers of meta. Like, oh, if they do a jump in punch, you can up block. But if they know you're going to up block, they can do an empty jump and throw you. And ooh, throws do more damage if you're up blocking. But ooh, if you know they expect you to up block, then uppercut enhance. Ooh, layers.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, they love that in Mortal Kombat 11. Go away.
But yeah, I think if this change is like implemented well, this will really shake up the meta because this is a universal mechanic for every character and stuff. What's up, Nick?
Then the next tweet mentions Frost's new ambush move, which we saw.
Yep.
Sector missile improvements. Cyrax bomb improvements. You've been very vague with those. I appreciate that. It allows for the moment to be more hype. Scorpion's new ambush move, which you said hasn't been shown yet.
Yeah, not yet. We don't know what it is.
Goro has many new ambush cancel options.
That sounds like he is old moves, but somehow you can cancel partially part of it or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so...
I like the idea of Goro, when he does the stomp, he jumps up and he can cancel it and he just doesn't come back down.
That was what I was about to say.
That's one option. You can maybe delay it, but I forgot just now. Even his raise the roof attack is also an ambush. Yeah. So what if they mean that? He can come in and instead of raising the roof, he just goes... and just stands there, and then he can wait and go, ooh, and do it later, like to make it even more ridiculous. Or what if he stands there and can do the overhead throw? Like...
Oh, you can choose.
Just grabs you.
I see. Yeah.
Dude, I wish we had more fan art in the MK community because that'd be so funny. Just like that whole like anime Goro standing behind you with like he's a silhouette, just the little glowing red eyes. Character's like, go away. Why is he just standing there menacingly? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely when Takeda drops. Okay, Takeda. Okay, this is not gonna affect Evo. I just realized. So it's after Evo that we're getting this patch. Like all these big changes, because the meta is gonna really shift after Evo, basically. Then, because these are definitely like a lot of changes.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to see where this goes. Excited to try out new things for the Shang Tsung invasion season when that happens.
I do think it's a bit of a shame that Farah was held back until now, because it would have been really funny if she came out and she was busted, and then Evo, like, people complain about certain fighters. It's not the fighters that are the problem now. It's like everyone's using Farah. Whoever's using Farah is boring, and then people who hate cameos get really upset about it. It's like, it's just the same character over and over again.
Snake, that's literally what happened with Cyrax in the last tournament, basically. Well, Peacemaker too, but basically, it's like because Cyrax got reverted, and people were like, well, time to main Cyrax in the tournament, which... It only mattered a little bit because there was some Cyrax in top 8, but it was just all Chameleon and Peacemaker.
Chameleon really should have been nerfed. Like, let's be honest. I understand why they didn't, because there's some characters that rely on her to not be trash. But the reality is now all we're going to see at EVO is Chameleon. Like, we're going to see Chameleon, Janet, and that's probably it. Because let's be real. And Kung Lao, yes. Kung Lao.
At least Peacemaker got super nerfed, so we won't be able to. We don't
That's
handle
true.
Force field, sonic boom, anti-gravity.
My friend hates that he yells out his moves, which I was surprised. That friend's normally super chill, and he was immediately like, "I hate how this fucker keeps calling out his moves." And I was like, whoa.
I was okay with it at the beginning, but after the fact that he became top tier and that's all you hear if you fight against him, that does become a mental like psyche, basically. Just
Then he saw the outro with the pelvic thrust, and he was like, oh my god.
that could have actually been a fun quirk for one of the combat kids. That there's such a tunibio that they call out all their attack names. I mean, you think about it, Scorpion kind of is that. He's always going, get over here. But if you actually try and write a scene where he does that, it's really weird and awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're pulling me over there. You don't need to say it. It's going to happen, Scorpion. Calm down.
Get down here!
Like,
It's especially awkward if he only...
Scorpion
Especially awkward if he only speaks Japanese throughout the entire movie, even when speaking to someone who doesn't speak Japanese, except for that one time when he says, get over here in English.
Get over here!
Well, at least like neither Scorpion or Takeda has an eye patch and are like, my scar is acting up.
I mean, you
That's
don't
the
know what's
Chunibyo
under that
thing, isn't it?
bandana in this version. He could have a massive scar there, and he's like, it's acting up,
Yeah, don't look at me, weird Sonic. That's what Snake's referring to, the Chunibyo thing. They always have that little eye patch and...
like Megumin.
Yeah,
okay. It's basically it's an anime archetype. It's basically someone who like pretends there's some kind of like super special person. I think it's sometimes translated as like 14-year-old syndrome or something.
14.
There's a whole show about it, Sonic. There's a whole show about it.
Yeah.
Whole anime making fun of it. Apparently it's a real thing, but I hope not too common.
Oh, I think I know that show. The girl.
I'm sure it's
like,
just
it's like
exaggerated
in modern
about anime.
time.
It's honestly, I reckon it's more, if anything, the Chunibyo archetype has probably inspired more people to be Chunibyo than there were before the archetype existed.
Yep. Oh no.
Be proud of being a Chunibyo.
I mean, we all play pretend in
I
our
like the idea,
backyards,
though.
let's be honest.
I like the idea of making a stereotype out about a certain group of people, and then that inspires more people to be that stereotype. It's just like, here's this horribly racist comment to make about black people, and then more black people become like that as a direct result of you saying that than there actually were before.
Or even like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory was meant to be like a very exaggerated version of like those introverted nerds that are mean without meaning to be, and then it made that more acceptable. Like, I'm just like Sheldon, I just call it as I see it. And it's like, you realize in the show that Sheldon doesn't really have friends, right? Like, he just kind of hangs out with them, but they all prefer him not to be there. Like, so don't emulate Sheldon. But yeah,
Then
and then he got a spin-off show because we're all stupid.
I mean, if a character is beloved, then. But then the next one after that is basically like Ed Boon is acknowledging like the low tier characters. It's like, okay, we know we see characters who need some changes, so like he lists out basically everyone except Scorpion and the low tier essentially.
Well, I guess because Scorpion, despite being like, yeah, he's low tier, but people make him work pretty well at high level and stuff. So, like me and Diff were talking about, the developers are more concerned with everybody else than the pros. Like, they're more worried about just everyone else. So, if the casual player is not complaining about Scorpion being too good or something, or too weak, they're not going to worry about it. It's more so the pro players or the really skilled players that are whining about Scorpion not having too many options, right? I think Kung Lao also deserves some buffs, just being honest. Not because he's bad, but because the way you play him is so boring. Like, he has to be played this one way. Otherwise, he is not decent. You've got to play him strictly like this, which is not fun. Even Sub-Zero, for being low tier, is very creative in how you want to play him. Like, you can be a zoner, you can be a rushdown, you can be a whiff punisher. Like, he's pretty like creative. So, yeah.
I see. Yeah. But future buffs though, future patch notes. So we might be seeing these characters, which is good for these characters. And then this next part of the tweet, I do kind of want to call a dog on this because his recent video he talked about this part, and I just kind of like had to after he said that I kind of like had to look at the screen a bit and be like, what? So do you remember specifically what you said at this part of the video, dog?
Repeat that whole thing, because I was responding to the fan art guy that does the dating sim stuff.
What? Are you asking Alex to draw something else or something?
No, he messaged me like, so, when you said draw whatever I want to for the dating sim art, that doesn't stop at the females, does it? And you have a little demon emoji? And I'm like, it does not. Draw art of whoever you want.
But yeah, I'll make sure to tell him to watch the our 50th episode, because we do say things about that. The chameleon thing.
We need to get some CGs done for the harem routes, where it's like, you, Janet, and Sonia are going to be a throuple. It's very nice. Then there's, of course, the alternate version with Janet, because I have to push that. There's the version where you get an army of Melina clones. All that good stuff.
Gotcha.
And of course, the perfect one, romancing the MILF.
The teachers, you mean?
Ooh, Sindel's a teacher.
Right. Isn't that what you're?
So is Cetrion like the
like
principal? Cetrion's the headmistress. Shinnok is the former headmaster who got kicked out for something and is trying to make a comeback. Raiden's one of the teachers. Fujin's one of the teachers. Fujin's like the cool teacher that everyone goes to because they know they can give really good life advice. Raiden's like the strict teacher that you know that you at the time you think he's a complete dick. You're like, oh fuck that guy, but in retrospect you're like, yeah, actually he was a really good teacher. He was one of the better ones. He tries to keep us on track, and thanks to him I'm a success. Cetron's also incompetent, so she constantly relies on Raiden to get stuff done. That's why he's the vice principal, and Sindel's one of the teachers. Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung's the PE teacher.
Why?
Because he hosts tournaments.
Oh, okay.
He's like yes.
You're just describing the MK Ultra girls all over again, like with the seniors being like the teachers and.
Sonya's a PE teacher. She's a drill sergeant type.
Sonya would be, yeah.
She's like, drop him 20 back.
100%.
And they're like, yes, ma'am.
We are literally making MK Ultra Girls the plot right now, basically. And then Dog is getting commissions.
So what was the question you were asking me, Sonic? Because we got off on the fun dating sim tangent, which
It's
I
fine.
love. I love that whole concept. But what are we talking about here?
I think I'm happy to see Snake go off of this. But basically, on Ed Boon's seventh tweet, he basically talks about the poll that was made about what do you guys prefer. For cameos, what do you want to see more of? And the options are more cameo fighters, more ambush moves, and more special moves. And the winner of these was more cameo fighters. Of course, Dog talks about he wants more special moves. Wait, did you say that? Yeah, you said more special moves. Wait, that doesn't make sense now I'm thinking about it. Because Ed Boon is talking about what do you want for cameo fighters, but the special moves, aren't those base roster character moves? Aren't those the
unless
player
he
Oh
means
yeah, good
summon.
point. I made an oopsie. Yeah, I made an oopsie.
Because I remember you said I want more special moves. People want more strings, and you start going off a character. I'm like, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait. So what does that mean for cameo fighters though?
It must mean
He
summons.
just means. I think what he means is
because one of you said before, summons are kind of like special moves in the way that the way they're presented.
yeah.
So I imagine that's what it means. Because what else could it be? There's no mention of summons here. It must just be a different.
He meant summons.
Is summon the official term used?
Yes.
Yeah.
You say summon and ambush. Those are the official terms. Yeah.
So it could just be Ed
I guess
getting the term wrong. It's not a big deal.
yeah. I think they're called summons because your character does a little pose and the cameo comes in.
That could account for it being the lowest scored one if people didn't understand what you were saying there.
If it was summons,
Well, ambush
I think
is always
people
better
rather
anyway. Ambush always better.
exactly. People prefer ambush moves anyways. They don't want your character to stop when they're using cameo fighter moves. Anyways, so that was interesting. I didn't even catch that, but that was actually not the mistake that I wanted to talk about, Chota Dog. The mistake I wanted to talk about was in your video. You looked at this poll and you were like, "Oh, would you look at that? It seems like people selected the more cameo fighters poll. I guess that means people like cameo fighters now." I'm just like, what? That doesn't.
I'm also
what
asking
does that
because
logic?
you completely peeked out there, Sonic. I don't know what you said.
You're not the first one to point that out, Sonic. You're not the first one to point that out. He's
Nor will he be the
basically.
last.
It's just that I was in the comment section. They were even saying too, nothing about this poll says that people like the cameos, and it's how many months have to go by before people accept that if you don't want the cameos, the older games exist and they still have online, they still have crossplay. So if you don't want cameos, just play those. You can't take cameos out of Mortal Kombat 1. It would break so many of the characters on the roster fundamentally. They would not work well anymore. Now, could there be a 1v1 mode? Yes, we all agree with you that there could be a 1v1 mode. That would be fine. No, it's never going to be default. If you expected the whole game to go, oh, well, now that's the official mode. When you play Combat League, it's going to be 1v1. No, the cameos are here to stay. We got to accept the cameos are here to stay. It's okay.
I'm very shocked that no one has thought about doing a tournament or a mode where it's just okay, you just can never press your cameo button and see how that works. You can do that. Literally, it's not yes, you technically you can still click on the cameo button, but you literally can choose to not press the cameo button and try it out. I feel like I'm shocked no one has made a video like that yet. Just like a no cameo tournament, see how it goes and stuff.
Well, the biggest issue is how would they even do a 1v1 mode only because the combo breaker uses the cameo too.
Yeah,
like they
maybe
come flying in.
That's
maybe
fine.
make it
That's
so
legal.
the
As long as you
combo
don't
breaker.
don't press the cameo
No,
button.
I don't mean for like for people not pressing the button. I mean like if you were to actually as the developers make a 1v1 mode, how would you tackle that problem? Is combo breaker just gone because
you make a new animation. If the devs make
just
they
a new like
one new animation, the character
or
going,
something.
and that's
Yeah,
it.
basically.
Okay.
That's all they have
it
to
would
do.
have
is
to be
just-
very basic, yeah. It would not
Yeah,
be
yeah.
unique anymore,
The
like
bigger
MKX, I
question-
guess, where they like do a unique animation. Just be like a generic one.
The bigger question, I think, would be, what about the super move? Do they just remove that part of the animation and then have the move just do double damage to accommodate?
Yeah, that makes sense because literally any character can just come in and do the first part, so just literally just
Yeah.
skip to the second part essentially.
And do double damage.
I
yeah,
was
why not?
thinking about what about forward throws? Is it just
Oh yeah.
completely weak because you just I mean, maybe this does 10% now or something.
Well, even funnier, Sonic. What if they do like a slight variation of what they did in like the older games, where I think it was an Injustice and also MK. One of the MK games they did this too. They got pretty lazy with it, where the back throw was still the forward throw. All that happened was that your main character would step to the side of them and then do that same animation. So what if they just do that? Like if you do a forward throw, your character just grabs them still, but then hops behind them, then still does the back throw animation. That way it still throws them the way you want them to go. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because
I
you can't
really
just
do.
make it the shove, because then forward throw would never be a threat. You just always break a back throw, because the shove's not
Exactly.
scary.
Yeah.
The shove is only scary if cameos are a thing. Or I guess if you're Sub-Zero, but even with him, the ice clone goes away too soon. So you can't even do like the...
New Takeda, right? He's got the shurikens on the ground that blow up. Shove them into the shurikens that blow up or something.
True. That Shuriken stayed on screen for a long freaking time,
noticed
man.
that.
I counted for like
Yes.
5 seconds. And it was not enhanced. That was a regular throwing star. So even
It
the
was
regular
like-
ones can be delayed.
It was in the Ermac part where he just like throws it and it combos them like over there and then brings them back to the shuriken, doo-doo, and then it hits. I'm like, whoa,
Pretty sick.
that still stayed there, yeah. Takeda, the new Solid Snake, you gotta mind those C4s. They're gonna still be there after 30
Oh, I thought you
seconds
meant
or
because he's
something.
wearing like skin tight, like black,
That too,
like
of
latex.
course.
I wanted to make that meme like, hello, Snake from Metal Gear. Hello, Takeda from MK1. And just both their ass shots.
Just both their ass shots. So the final part of this tweet, I just find this part to be very funny. I feel like Ed Boon has seen so many people doing the MK1 is dead. Let's look at the statistics. Let's look at the player counts and all this shit. And Ed Boon's
Yep.
like, hey, thank you guys for making this still like the 20th best-selling game like this month. So,
Yeah.
oh wait, is it? Yeah, number 19
Game is selling
of like
like
this month.
hotcakes still, apparently.
I'm like,
if that-
wow, I didn't expect
Yeah.
that actually.
And if that
More
list is
than-
actually true, what's even more interesting is I did not see the other fighting games listed, which
Yeah.
would be wild if so. Now that still makes us look bad as a community because we're not playing it. Like we buy it, but then we just don't play it. Apparently,
Yeah.
we buy it and then it's in our backlogs. Like I'll play it eventually.
I mean, that's how
Like me
FNAF
in Final
worked
Fantasy
back in-
VII.
Yeah, that's how Five Nights at Freddy's worked. It's like people like it
Five
became
Nights at
super
Freddy's.
popular, but it's like I think there's a statistic that's like 80% of people who bought Five Nights at Freddy's never played it.
Oh, that's
And stuff.
interesting. Well, that's actually very similar with Tekken 8, actually. They probably play it, but just not in ranked, because a majority of players were still in the beginner rank of Tekken 8, which means they're just
Yeah.
not playing ranked, or they just don't play it online at all. They play story mode, and they're like, that was fun. They play once online, lose, and go, fuck this. Just
That's
go
what
back to
I
whatever game they're
did. I
playing.
mean, no, I really want to go back to Tekken 8 someday, but
That's
that's
so fun. Tekken
Yeah.
8's so fun.
But I just think that's kind of interesting because that's a statistics that we didn't really like look into. But I still think despite all like the things that MK from like a community standpoint not being as popular as it was to begin with, like you can't deny the money it made though. Like it did make a lot of money when it first came out. So
Yeah.
I guess that's their success in that aspect. But and as we can see from this tweet, like we are gonna get a lot more changes in the next week from when we're recording here. So
And there's still
it's
tons of people playing it. That is one of the weird ironies is people will insult the low player count to try and like roast WB or roast like the higher ups, but like they don't give a shit because they're still making lots of money. You're only roasting us, the people who are trying to just like grow the community and just get people involved in the game because it's genuinely fun. But you're making it uncool, so now nobody wants to play with us. And it's like, why are you going after us, the players? Go after the developers. Like, they've already made their money. You're not roasting them by being like, no one's playing. They don't care. They just want that initial purchase. Like, they don't really care after that. Like, yeah, it'd be cool if they bought the microtransactions, but like, as far as those go, MK has some of the worst microtransactions because like you can get them for free if you grind, and also like, who would want to spend money on that? Like, I would never spend money on an announcer voice. If you do, like, you're just built.
Not
you're
for
built
that
different.
price, especially. Like if it was like,
Yeah.
if it was like that at a fiver, I could maybe see it, but like £10, especially now that they've reduced the price of the costumes. It's like 2 costumes or an announcer pack. It's like,
Yeah.
Or
unless
three fatalities.
it would have to be. It'd have to be something special, like Karitagawa Shang Tsung. Like, nothing against Alan Lee, but like, if it was Karitagawa, I could maybe justify it. But
Yeah.
there are very few. There are very few things where I could look at it and go, "That's worth it as an announcer voice."
Yeah.
I
and you can
would
also
never.
literally listen to the entire announcer voice on like YouTube. Melina announcer voice, Shang Tsung
Yeah.
announcer voice. So it's like you're not playing
Yeah.
the character. To me, I don't see the appeal too much.
Also, the issue to me is that only Johnny Cage makes the jokes. If they added a different announcer that made more puns, then I would
Yeah.
buy it. But so far, it's just Johnny, so I'm like, yeah.
Then it's a
Johnny's
trick by
free,
not
so
having-
I just use him on default, basically.
Like, it's nice when a character like Liu Kang's like God of Fire, and it's like, or something like Grandmaster. Occasionally
Yeah.
they'll have a thing like that. I think
Yeah,
they
they
really
do
it's a
that.
trick with not having Peacemaker do it, because he is the kind of guy who would shit talk everyone. And you could have had.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been fun just to be like, "Hey, John Cena, do you want to write a bunch of insults that you think Peacemaker would say about Raiden or Scorpion?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." Then he's like, "Okay, now record those."
There was actually, I'm pretty sure it's AI, but I wasn't sure. But there was like an AI like Peacemaker announcer pack where he does shit talk every single character, and it was pretty funny actually.
Yeah.
Melina. Bangable monster chick. Pepe the Frog. You can't see me.
I mean, I can already think of one with Rain where he goes, "Do you talk to fish too?" Because he controls water, just little things like that.
Aqua Boy.
Are you a lizard or a human? Pick a lane. With reptile.
But I did find it kind of funny, like some of the things they come up with for like every single character. Yeah, it was actually pretty convincing for some people to be like, "Oh, Peacemaker announcer pack," and it's actually like pretty funny. But it's fake though. I'm pretty sure.
I just love the thumbnail already is making me laugh because like it's got the clear clip art from like the show that's not from the game, obviously, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
already fake for that reason. But also, Peacemaker himself is so bright and oversaturated. Like, he's so vibrant.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I
he's
can
never
see
that
yeah.
red and blue in the game. And then the American
Very, very
flag just
bright.
dropping down behind him. I love this. It's so good.
Yes. But yeah, those are the teases that Boon has said. But there is
Mm-hmm.
one last teaser that happened recently. It is the teaser for San Diego Comic-Con. July 26th, there is going to be a panel there, and they are dropping Kombat Pack 2, season, what do you call it? The story
Yeah.
mode expansion.
Yeah, too.
And also new modes is what they're
Or
saying.
new
basically.
features, right? New features, I think they
features.
said. So
Yeah.
people are already making fun
1v1.
of that. Yes. People are already making fun of that because like feature could mean anything trivial that we don't care about, but they're trying to make it sound cool. Or
Yes.
feature could mean something really cool that we actually want. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like by feature, do they mean like, for example, one sad idea someone had was the new feature will just be the warrior shrine finally working.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one. Yeah.
For anyone watching not aware, the warrior shrine is a way to unlock things without having to grind invasion mode and stuff. Like you'll get your own unlocks for online specifically, right? Isn't that the warrior shrine or not? Like for playing ranked.
I
and
don't know
stuff?
anything about Warrior Shrine. It's not.
I think this
available
means.
yet.
I think this means the shrine. The shrine on the
But
menu.
it's called warrior shrine though. Like it's a different one.
There's another one in like the online mode or something like that. That it's
Yeah.
not selectable, but it's just been there. I'll try to MK1
Yeah.
and show you. But yeah, like it's just been there all for a very long time.
And there's
And
two
no one knows
possibilities. It could be brand new stuff that you can only unlock there exclusively, or it could just mean that it's a way to unlock. What I'm hoping it would be is like a way to unlock the Combat League stuff without having to actually reach the high ranks. Instead, you can just grind Combat League coins somehow and
No,
then purchase it that way. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't like that because then there's not. It's not special to do Combat League anymore. You know.
I get what you mean, but at the same time, let's be real. Fast forward just 2 months after that Combat League is over, nobody's gonna remember what the unlock was for the Elder God anyway. Like if they see you wearing that costume, no one's like, "Oh, I know that costume. He got that by winning Elder God." Like no one's gonna remember, because unlike in MK11 when they were like gold and white or gold and black, so you really knew like that was the highest one, they don't look that distinct anymore.
To be fair, Sonic,
I
you
agree
remember
with
there was a
but yeah.
remember Sonic, there was a way to unlock the Combat League costumes in MK11 without playing Combat League.
I see.
Remember the meteor thing in the Towers of Time?
Yeah, so shut the fuck up, Sonic. You're wrong. Get dunked on. Go,
How's it feel to
Snake.
get community noted, bitch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what is you know what? As the editor, I can make you guys look very stupid now.
I'm getting really tired of Snake.
Bitch.
Shut the fuck up, Snake.
Joke's on you guys.
You should like edit in sound effects of me hitting the desk, like kunk, 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 while doing those pelvic
Well,
thrusts.
do keep in mind,
And
Sonic,
shake the
we are
camera.
recording our own screens. We could show evidence, bring receipts if you edit this out. So, you know.
No, I didn't. I'm not editing it out. I'm just saying I can make it look silly. I didn't say I'm editing it out.
Sonic, if you make us look dumb, I will cut your non-existent pay.
Oh wait, that's like that's a double. That was a double like burn. You know that, dog? That's a double burn. It's like that's implying like you're gonna cut my money, but then also you're saying that I don't earn money from this podcast.
He does, by the way. He gets paid through AdSense, but that's about it.
It's not.
It is really funny to be like, I'm going to cut the money you make from this podcast. You, the one person who makes money from this podcast.
Yeah. Better watch
Oh my
out.
gosh.
Don't forget, I also have control of the YouTube channel.
Okay.
I have the back door. I have access.
That's true. I never kicked you out. Okay, for context for Snake and also for the audiences, if you go to the online menu and you look at ranked, it says Combat League, and then next to it says Warrior Shrine. And it's been unselectable, and it's been there since day one. We do not know what that is. And then I just went and checked, and I forgot about this. Something that True Underdog really wanted to see too is in the private section there is a practice, which means you can practice with your friends combos and teach them and stuff like that. And that's still not available and that's been there since day one and still not been available now.
You know what this sounds like? Remember in MK11 where they had the third gear slot for your little gem things, and it took until when Aftermath dropped for those to finally be unlockable. This is that. I bet the Warrior Shrine is just stuff from previous seasons of Combat League.
Yeah, probably so.
And it'd be themed somehow. It's like, well, here's the reptile season. So here's a statue of reptile to go along with it. Here's a statue of scorpion, and that'll be how the thing is set up. Hence, Warrior Shrine is the theme to it.
That makes more sense. Here's my conspiracy theory, random tinfoil hat theory. What if the reason why Reptile season was so gutted and felt like it was lacking so much stuff is because the Warrior Shrine was meant to be ready by then? And a lot of stuff was going to be in there, but they didn't have time, so they went, crap, put it in the tower.
I don't know. I feel like this seems like the kind of thing that would be saved for year 2. Once meant to the new phase of the game.
Which they are counting this Combat Pack 2 as year 2, apparently. They're going to call it that.
Yeah, it says year 2. And the thing is, I don't think so, because even in the towers, you don't get a lot of because the issue with the reptile season isn't the lack of skins, that is, but it's the lack of skins on I'm not sure how I'm wording this, but it's
in the mesas.
Well, not that, but it's each character has 3 skins: your default skin, your Union of Light, and Order of Darkness skins. And usually every season, all 3 of these would get hit, except for the Darkness, not all the time. But basically, at least 2 of them would get hit with the seasonal palettes. But this season, it was only 1 for almost every character, basically. That was what made it really lacking.
I love the way you word it. They get hit as if to suggest it's a bad thing.
They get hit. They get smacked. And I'll say this though, dog. The moment Shang Tsung's Invasion season drops, we will know exactly if Invasion is lacking, if it's only a reptile thing, or if it was this is a new thing they're doing, basically.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about that? Like, if Shang Tsung's season has all the stuff that past seasons had, like, it's just as
Oh, I'd be
robust
fucking
and-
pissed as fuck, honestly.
Fair enough.
For sure. 100%.
Sonic, here's the anger chart with the different smiley faces. Show me which face you you recognize the most. Like, which face is your face?
I'll just hit it to the top. But
You all seen the
at
pain
least,
chart, right? That like doctors use. It's like that, but it's the
Yeah,
anger
yeah.
chart. Show me how you're feeling.
I don't know what are these. Although with that being said, though, like the only good thing about the reptile season is the fact that I got like 15 pellets for the boss reptile skin, which again I showed you guys. I was still pissed because 6 of the lizard skins all looked very similar, anyways. So yeah, you can go watch the reptile episode and see my actual anger. But anyways,
So how many of those pellets do you actively use though?
crap! I just turned off the
No,
the game,
just give me
'cause
an estimate. You don't need to literally count.
are you asking about all the bosses or just the lizard skin ones?
Just the lizard skin ones for reptile that you unlock through Combat League.
I think 3 or 4 of them out
Oh,
of
that's alright.
7. I do
that's
use
pretty good.
like I do still use like I think some of them are different enough that I still rotate them essentially. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Heck yes.
But yeah, we were only talking about the features. We never even talked about the fact that oh my god.
The watchers, the features, you say?
Yes.
There it is. Woo! There we
We
go.
met our quota. We did
Oh
it,
my
baby.
gosh, we did it.
Everyone can go home now. You are all free.
Yeah, go home.
I mean, what do y'all have for ideas? Like, Sonic, do you have any cool ideas for what this new feature could be, or what you want it to be?
Features? I think if it's smaller things, then maybe that Warrior's Shrine to practice mode. If I think it's bigger things, tag team. Like I think that thing has been asked for, and it's literally in the files. I think for a game mode, that could be something, or 1v1 if they want to be easier. Cause like we have seen footage, and they've even shown it in the trailers. It's in the intro of the Combat Cast, where we have the character doing their intro without the cameo next to them. Like we've seen that so many times. It's as if they're telling us that yes, this will be something that you can do in the game eventually.
I just had this really crazy idea. Imagine if the story expansion is all tag battles. So it's like, well, this chapter is
badass.
like instead of just Quan Chi, it's Quan Chi and Ermac as a tag team. So all the fights are against duos. So it's like you're gonna fight Sub-Zero and someone. You're gonna fight Scorpion and Smoke. It's all tags. That could be. It won't, but it could be an interesting little thing to distinguish it from the original story.
Snake, I may have misheard you, but I think you just said if they're all Titan battles.
No,
tag
tag battles.
battles.
So you did say tag, okay? Because I was
Yes.
thinking Titan battles. What the hell?
I
Like
mean,
you want the the 5 phases and stuff?
I'm sure the final fight of the story mode will be an actual Titan boss fight instead of just a normal fight against Titan Havoc. But if it's anything like the actual existing Titan Havoc battle, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, that was terrible.
That's what a threat. If
Imagine
you
if they do something
I
stupid
will
like
cry.
turn. Imagine if they do something stupid like turn Havoc into a kaiju battle. Like even in story mode, he's like gigantic. Like ha ha ha! Oh no! They're gonna make it a throwback to the 1995 movie ending where he bursts out of the top of a tower and he's like, "You weak, pathetic fools! I've come for your soul."
That'd be epic if they do that.
And like in the background, like it's like it becomes like the freaking Legends movie ending where like you're running up his arm and you're like little ants.
Oh no!
Oh, it'll be platforming.
No.
It'll be a platformer fight. You have to walk up to the opponent and stuff.
You know how the pyramid has the 3 stages and it's like different levels of it? It's like you're working your way up his body. So first you're fighting at
That'd
like
be really
on
cool. I'm not gonna
ground
lie. That
level
was
at
my
his feet.
thought too, like God of War style.
And then you're fighting like on, and he's so big he's got like a platform on his stomach where he's been like gashed or something. You're fighting in that gash, and then you work your way up to the top of his head. It's like top of his head. You're fighting on the or some stupid bullshit like that.
So would it be
God.
like?
Oh God,
are you
this is
suggesting like
things.
Galactus from Marvel's Capcom 3?
But worse.
I vaguely. This might be me misremembering, but I vaguely heard like Ed Boon saying something like the DLC ending would be. I know Ed Boon said that the ending of the Mortal Kombat 1 would be insane because they're gonna do something crazy there. I could have sworn that he said that for the DLC expansion story too. I could have sworn he was like, "You guys are not gonna believe like what we do" or some shit like that. I vaguely
even if we
remember
don't
that.
even if we don't get like a several layered stage of like Havoc's massive body, it would be cool to have just a stage where he's giant in the background or someone giant in the background is still like destroying shit like behind you as you're fighting, just knocking stuff over and whatnot. Just as like, you know, eye candy for the viewer. Be kind of cool.
If they do something crazy, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be during the fight. It's like, oh no, we're all beat. We can't beat Havoc. A portal opens. fucking 95 Scorpion, Reptile, and Sub-Zero walkthrough with some other characters maybe, and they're like, yes, invasion from the 95 movie timeline. We're here to save everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Cease
So epic.
before you doom us all.
I do think there's a pretty decent chance that like the Titans that survived will come back as an excuse to have like a God Raiden and like Hanzo showing up. Like they will show up from like they've been in exile doing their own thing, then they come back as reinforcements to help out, and there's like one last hurrah for Hanzo and all previous Raiden before they are removed from the series for one entire game before we reboot again.
Only this time they job to Rain instead of jobbing to Melina.
Let's go, Rain.
No, they'll job to
That would be like the
Havoc.
worst
It's
matchup
fine.
for Rain too. Like a lightning god is like such a bad matchup for a water guy. He's getting zapped all
Could you
the time.
imagine that as like the reinforcements show up? It's like, yeah, it's all great. Then it's like chapter, let's say chapter 6, just close it off. Chapter 6, Havoc. Now you have to fight all the reinforcements and beat them all up as Titan Havoc.
Ooh, another aftermath ending. I
Even
see.
worse, he kills them too. It's like the Sindel scene. They all rush him during a cutscene, and he's like, "Come on!" And just like tears off 995 Scorpion's head.
Hanzo transfers his Hellfire power to Kuai Liang and he becomes Hanzo or some stupid shit. Or like,
gosh.
like God Raiden transfers his power to his Dark Raiden essence from like he previously had into Mortal Raiden. Now he has dark powers and maybe becomes old as well. And it's like just a way to not undo the changes they've made, but to go back on them the same way they did with Cyber Sub-Zero. Because
Or
they're
even
the
worse,
nothing if not massive cowards.
Even worse, Snake. Hanzo Scorpion shows up and allies with the team for like several chapters. Then towards the end of the game, it's revealed like Havoc just takes off the Scorpion mask, and it was him the whole time, just playing it up and pretending to be Hanzo. I like the bottom half missing. He's like, yes, chaos is
funny.
being able to perfectly mimic somebody. Pure
Okay.
deception.
Chaos is to do something very, very specific. Yes.
Yeah, chaos. Well, to be
What is
fair,
it
Havoc in this new game seems like he would wear a foam finger with like #1 Chaos God like written on it. Like he's just very much
Nah.
like for it.
I think if Havoc poses anyone, if you wanted to be clever about it, he would be Rain, because he worships water.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how. I wonder if they're gonna bring that back. I really
They
hope
will-
you do that.
Absolutely will not.
I really hope your theory comes true. What's so funny
Hey,
is
Scorpion, you use your fire powers, Hanzo. Actually, due to the weird timeline portal shenanigans, my powers seem to be disabled. And that's your first hint that it's like Havoc in disguise, because you can't do fire powers.
Ooh. Yeah, I just remember back in the day, like, yeah, while you were gone, dog, Snake was doing this for like the past hour. So it's time for you
Why
to
is
see
it
these
Saint
now.
Well,
Graph?
that's the Ascension thing. I've got Caster Artori to maximum Ascension now. Same with the Archer version and the Saber version. So I'm going to keep
getting off
working
topic.
at that.
What I was gonna say was like,
That is
even
cool,
before Mortal
She's
Kombat
still
1
talking.
came out. What?
Because the characters have unique dialogue when they ascend, and she's still going. She's still talking. She has been this whole time.
I see.
Damn.
See. I thought you were saying like one of us was still talking or something.
No,
He's
no,
still
no.
talking
No,
gibberish or something like that.
I would just
Well, like,
tell you to
she's
shut the
damn.
fuck up if that was the case.
Oh, okay. But yeah, what I was gonna say was like, even when Mortal Kombat 1 before it came out, I remember we did these predicting the crazy story ending shit. And I forgot which one of you brought up like Shujinko like super fighting Shang Tsung or some shit. Like it was really funny. I remember that. So
Or
we're kind
Shang
of doing this
Tsung
again here.
defeating evil Liu Kang. Yeah. All
Yeah.
those
Oh,
fun
yeah.
theories we had.
Yeah, those are fun. I hope we get something crazy with this game too. I mean, like I would say I want them to hold back, but at this point they kind of let the cat out of the box. So it's just like go fucking crazy. Who cares now?
Part of me is worried they're gonna pull in. They're gonna do the same thing that Aftermath did, which I am in the minority. I did not like how we got the good ending first. Then the DLC story was like way more depressing and sad, with the exception of like, of course, Liu Kang winning and all that. But like everything else was like objectively worse for the heroes. Like Sonya, Johnny, and Cassie got a worse ending. Katana and Luke, like human Liu Kang, got a worse ending. You know what I mean? I'm worried we're gonna get that now, but in Mortal Kombat 1 form, where like you thought, oh, you know, things turned out pretty good for Melina. Not now. She's gonna get crapped on really hard in the DLC expansion. Like something's gonna happen to her. She's gonna become generic villain again. Tarkat's gonna take over.
I don't think that's a really.
Katana's going to become queen like she always is.
No, Tanya is going to die saving Melina from an assassination attempt, and Lee May will become the new head of the Umgadi because she'll have no choice. She'll have to. Or maybe Katana will become the head of the Umgadi and become the yellow ninja. And then in the next game, Frost will be introduced as the new blue ninja.
This is going crazy. But what I was going to say is...
No, sorry. They're going to kill off Tanya so that the yellow ninja can be Harumi. That's what they're going to do.
Oh, man.
Oh, so
I had an even worse theory because...
There can be only one!
I had a worse theory because of what Snake brought up. I don't know if y'all have seen Scorpion King or not, but there's that scene where the woman knows that he's going to get shot by the archer, and he's like the king. So she jumps in the way to save him, right? She like shields him by hugging him, but he sees the archer too and doesn't want her to get shot, so he undoes her sacrifice by just turning around and getting shot instead because he wants to get shot. What if that happens? Like Tanya goes to protect Melina, but Melina goes, "No, I love you more," and gets like shot anyway, and so she dies. And then Katana is set to be the new leader, but she's like, "No, I've learned that it's better for it to be a democracy. We'll hold an election." And then Tanya fucking wins. Tanya becomes Khan, and I don't know. Yeah, some nonsense like that.
I mean, Tanya now after the game is like I forgot what they specified, the High Monarch, the Matrion, the Matrion, High Matrion or something like that. Like she's up there, so she has a status because of that and stuff.
And then we get some stupid end of credits stinger where like after like a big funeral for Melina and all that, like after credits we see like her royal coffin like inside the temple or whatever, and we hear like scratching on the inside of it. And you're like, oh shit, she's back as a zombie Tarkatan. Ah!
No. What do you mean back as a zombie Tarkatan? That's never happened for her.
I think the post-credits or like mid-credits or just general reveal is going to be that Kronika is still out there. Like there is a version of her that won. Because I can see NetherRealm taking every potential future storyline idea they could do with this whole multiverse stuff and just doing them all straight away. Like just immediately. I mean, they jump right into let's bring back Shang Tsung from the other timeline. That should have been saved for an expansion or a sequel. So they're going to be like, oh yeah, Kronika, there is a version of her who won. Because of course there is. There was an
there
ending
was. There literally
in
was
MK11.
in MK11.
So
exactly.
I mean, if people who weren't even there can win, like Katana wasn't even there, but she somehow has a timeline where she won. Kronika's ending is clearly valid. So she's going to show up and be like, it's time for me to make my comeback. Oh yes, Kronika. And then hopefully they'll try something different with her. What will be really funny is if her design is the exact same one that Shang Tsung used when posing as her.
Yeah, at least use that design, a new design, why not?
Okay, here's what also might be the ending stinger, just since we're all guessing and spitballing. If all the endings are really meant to be canon, which I think one of the writers did say that they're supposed to be, that would mean that Onaga being captured by Reiko, or at least attempting to, is canon. So that means our ending stinger is very likely just like either Onaga breaking free of the chains, or just seeing like Onaga's footstep into frame or something. Or maybe you see Kronika's crown on the floor and it's like, oh no, not Kronika, but then Onaga picks it up and he's like, interesting.
Ooh.
That
sounds
MK
good,
dun,
because people want Onaga. Unfortunately, he's just going to be like a Kameo Fighter.
You know what he's going to be? I've just thought. So Onaga's here, but there's no way they're going to make him a playable character, ever.
No.
It's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. We may get a boss of him, but what if the story is that when he shows up, it's like the good guys have to work with Shao, and he's like Katana will meet with Shao to form an alliance, so Shao will bring out Ian Reiko, like wheel out Onaga to fight Havoc, and then Havoc will kill Onaga, take his heart, and then use the heart to resurrect someone important. Someone powerful, like in his Deception ending when he brought back Shao Kahn. So he'll resurrect someone who maybe he'll bring back Kronika or some bullshit.
I thought you were gonna say Sindel actually, and then because of this resurrection she becomes evil because of some shit.
Oh, I'd be down. I like Goth Mommy Sindel.
Doing that actually, but I think it'd be something more important. Like he'll Here's what I'm thinking. If they're gonna do some bullshit, it's probably gonna be Havoc kills Onaga, takes his heart, and then he uses it to resurrect Shinnok, because Shinnok's been dead, and then Shinnok will be the final boss or the threat for the next story.
Shinnok. I see. Yeah.
I mean, actually, yeah, that could be the mid-credit scene. Like Havoc is dead, but then it's like, oh no, he's Havoc, so he just survives because he can. And then he's just like, I've taken the heart from Onaga, who fell in the battle, unfortunately, but the good guys. I've got the heart now. Resurrects Shinnok. Then Shinnok's just obliterates him, and he's like, yes, are Titans, you say? And it's like then he's going to take over Havoc's timeline.
Well, whatever
What would also be
MK9, whatever he
interesting,
says at the end of the game, because Shinnok, or like everything went according to plan as Quan Chi shows up or some shit.
Oh,
We've already done Shinnok, so
he'll quote
I don't want
MK9
Shinnok
or
anymore.
X.
Yeah,
He'll
that's what I mean. Yeah.
He'll just take a line from
How
MKX directly and just use that because they love doing that.
Yeah, they love that. They really love that Raiden line. There are fates worse than death. They'll say that like 5 or 6 times.
How about an ending that is like a reference to Blaze? Would be cool.
Ooh.
I just want a new boss. So whether it's Onaga or Blaze, I want to tease somebody that has not been a boss already. That's what I kind of want.
It's sad to think the closest thing we've had to with Kronika again. I always forget Kronika. I always forget she was a final boss. But
technically speaking, the Deadly Alliance hasn't returned as a boss for a very long time.
Yeah, but it's still not a new boss. But like
new boss.
There's like since the Netherrealm era, the bosses have been Shao Kahn, Shinnok, Kronika, Shang Tsung, and Liu Kang. Then Shang Tsung again.
Yeah, and Quan Chi, technically speaking. But yeah.
I've got an ending for you, Sonic. An ending you might find crazy. Although NetherRealm would never do this because it's way too layered. But imagine if the ending has to do with the Reptile's arcade ending, where he like has that discovery that like his people have been getting like killed, the ones who can shapeshift for whatever reason, or exiled. And he's like, why is this? And he gets like another secret letter being like, if you want to know the truth, like come to this location. But when he goes there, there's no one there, but there's some weird solitary egg. A large egg. Why is that there? It's Onaga. He's been lured there.
Even though Onaga is here, but I could see it at least being that the reason for that is because those who shapeshift are susceptible to some kind of possession by dragons or something, and so that's the motivation why. But they just keep it a secret because they know the elders know that if that gets out, given how like Outworlders tend to treat these other races, they will be hunted down and exterminated to prevent the Onaga stuff or the dragon.
Exactly. And to make it even worse, imagine if the person who put in that rule was Liu Kang, because he's the only one that would know that.
Oh, do you see the thing?
I'd love shades of gray like that for Liu Kang. Like Reptile, yes, I know it's wrong to kill off like 15% of your kind like this, but Onaga destroys the entire existence, so it's kind of like worth the risk. I'd like weird shades of gray like that.
Yeah, Liu Kang barely shows that shades of gray, because I feel like even at the teaser in the beginning, it was implying that he's willing to do shit because he's like a god for the greater good or some things. The only shades of gray that I really feel, I'm sure there's more, but the only one I can think of right now is that he allows Tarkat to exist. Even the intro dialogue, Baraka's like, why the fuck is this thing a thing? And Liu Kang's like, it has to, sorry, it still has to be around. I can't take it out.
There's
something like that.
One more example somebody found on Twitter, although they were being cringe about it and being like all, lame, like anti-fun. But they brought up that all of General Shao's color palettes, for the most part, are all names of battles that he's been in, or of him conquering certain areas. So they said, this confirms that Sindella's a colonizer. To which I was like, well, you realize that Outworld is like medieval times. So back then you kind of had to conquer to get more resources. You couldn't trade across oceans or use internet to set up your Amazon shipping packages. You kind of had to like take over areas to get access to those ports and stuff to actually trade. But also, that would be one more gray area that Liu Kang allows them to do that just because that's how they operate.
Well, no,
so
like it's Outworld. Yeah. He doesn't care. It's like, of course they're going to be brutal and shit. It's like, it's their stuff.
Sure, I understand that he's only Earth, but he also created everything. So that means that technically it's all his jurisdiction, but he chooses not to really care.
He's changed Outworlds fundamentally into Edenia. That's what he's done. But it's just that Sindel is now Empress and Jared was Emperor rather than King and Queen. It's not, they don't rule a single kingdom. Like Edenia was clearly always like one united thing, or at least after a point, where Shao Kahn is like bringing everything into his empire. At the end of the day, it's mostly just generic terminology being used to paint one person as good and one as bad. Or in this case, I guess to placate people who are like, Melina should be the Empress and not the Queen. because that's the way it used to be. Because some people just don't like change, but you know.
Yeah,
what can you do?
I want to look really into like Liu Kang's character, because the thing is, it's like, yes, he created everything, but he also did, in his intro, kind of also stated, it's like, I started it, but what happens later on is your own decision. So if you want to be evil, if you want to do like conquering and shit, that's on you. Like, I feel like Liu Kang doesn't deliberately choose to make everyone a good guy and all that kind of stuff, you know.
It's up
and
to
also
to finish it.
What's very funny about the Sindel situation is just like, I'll mention this in my, actually I literally will talk about this in my like video. I'll be like, you know, there's many gray area characters in Mortal Kombat, but people still like them and still be like, oh, it's fun to see them with good guys, you know. Just look at Sindel. She's actually kind of a fucking horrible person if you really look at the history and the conqueror shit. But everyone loves her because she's a good guy in this timeline and stuff like that. But it's like,
But, I mean, that wasn't evil back then, though. That was considered normal. I get what you mean, though. By today's standards, that's wrong. But every nation back then had to conquer and stuff to survive. Otherwise, all your people would like starve and shit. So you kind of had to.
This is a magical other world with like monster races. So like.
True. Take that, Tarkatans
come on.
and reptile boys, you monsters.
Just so you know, by the way,
people.
Is anyone going to apply real world political views and such and morals to the annihilation of Devora's people? No. Yeah. No one's going to do that. No one's going to go, oh no, they genocided the Kaitin. Oh no, could you? So evil. They're going to go, yeah, kill him, ah!
That's the D&D orc conversation all over again. If you know, if you've heard about that one, I don't know if you heard about that.
The one where people compare it to black people and call other people racist.
They not to that extreme, but there is that implication to be like, man, we're just killing these people. Like, have you ever thought about orcs' feelings and stuff like that? It's like the point of these characters is to be written to be fucking bad and to just be like fought. Yeah. That's it. We're not thinking of that deep.
Yeah.
But
in
that being said,
D&D or World of Warcraft, it makes more sense. But the Lord of the Rings one is the stupidest when they try to act like they have depth, because in Lord of the Rings they're like legit undead monster versions of elves, so like they're evil by default. So trying to empathize with them was really funny when they started to do that stuff.
And just so you know, by the way, Doug, I wasn't calling Sindel a horrible person because of colonizing reasoning.
That's
it. New.
I'll call you terrible lady. How dare you?
I was more towards like the racist shit he does, because like even she's like, she does not treat Tarkatans well. It's like you have to put in the Tarkatan colony and treat it like shit and stuff like that. And she is racist towards a lot of other people and whatnot.
Imagine if she had like a single line of like Edenians are superior. Just one supremacist line.
I think literally one part in Baraka, Sindel's like, I feel like I give you enough, and Baraka's like, barely, in one of the intro dialogues. I give you guys enough.
Yeah. You freaking lepers. Lepers that for some reason get superpowers. Imagine a world where leprosy made you better at fighting. That's how Tarkat do.
That is true. It's a lot of misery, but you do get cool blades, you know? You do get that.
Mm-hmm.
I do find that, I find it very interesting that we do try to come up with all these theorizing. I gotta release this video before the 21st, or else all this will be outdated really fast. But yeah, I think it's always fun to come up with these. Yeah, of course. We talk about the combat, the DLC shenanigans in the other video, funny enough. So I don't know if you guys still want to talk about your predictions.
For what? Like the characters?
Yeah, because they're obviously gonna just showcase every character at the San Diego Comic-Con.
Nah, I'm good.
No, I don't think they'll show all of them off. I think we'll probably get like a tease about what the story. I think we'll get the tease about the story's going to be, and then show off like one character.
They always do that. They always, whenever Combat Pack 2, bam, they just show everybody. They did it in Mortal Kombat 11.
The only mystery usually is the cameos. We don't see them visually, but they may be listed in text form. So we'll still know like who they're gonna be.
I don't know why they do that. It's like they don't want us to be hyper Kameo Fighters. What the hell?
I'm just happy they show them. I think that more fighting games should show the entire pack before offering it as like a bundle. Yeah. That feels kind of scummy now. It was fine back in the day when everyone did it, but now that like 2 out of the big 3 like just show it, like just show it.
And Mortal Kombat doing it.
I wonder if part of it is because they do the big CGI trailer. And then that would mean it's not just making 6 models for the trailer that are only going to be used in this one like 30-second trailer. It's we have to make like 11 of them because we have to make them for the cameos as well.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to do that for the Kameo Fighters. Just do a separate like announcement or some shit.
Well, they would have to have the models would have to be made then.
I mean, you don't have to be cinematic for the cameos, is what I'm saying. And also, yes, they do that for the guest characters, since they're literally only going to be used only there. So they do add the extra work for that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they do what
cool.
I wish they do what they did with Injustice 2. You know, where it's like, here's the first set of characters, and then the next trailer's like, oh, they've all been fucking beaten up. Here's the new guys, like, oh yeah, Hellboy and Raiden. They beat up Sub-Zero and Starfire and that, and then they all get fucking killed in a fiery explosion caused by the atom, I guess. And the TMNT are like, yo, let's fight the Enchantress.
Yep.
It's way cooler than
MK11
MK11 where it's like, yeah, the characters just show up and they just stand there and it's like, yeah, we're all posing together. It's like,
yeah.
I know it would be tough to do at least with Omni-Man and Homelander against each other, because there is that whole. It's probably like The Rock and Jason Statham and Vin Diesel, where it's like we have to trade a certain number of hits, and it's like. It would be really cool if they were just fighting overhead, and then there's just Quan Chi and Ermac watching like, damn bro, this is crazy, and then Takeda shows up. Oh, you think that's crazy? Let me tell you about where I'm from.
Don't forget too, MKX did an interesting combination of this, where they did a trailer that was kind of like a movie, but it was still with the gameplay version of the characters, like the in-game models.
Yeah, I remember that.
With Combat Pack 2. There was like fake cutscenes because they weren't fully cinematic or anything, but it still showed like, Ermac and Quan Chi walking through the dead woods and the snow, and then like here comes Leatherface with a chainsaw and just guts the crap out of Ermac.
Yeah,
which still makes me laugh to this day because Ermac's like, oh, like it's chainsawed.
Baraka has like the alien popping out of his body, and someone picks up Sector's head up and stuff. That was cool, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
For as beautiful as that M1K reveal trailer was, I think the graphics are good enough now. They could just use in-game assets just to. For just show off the characters. We don't need this big thing where all the characters are still like all posing together. Like, just do fun little story things. Like, how much cooler would it have been if it was like, I know, Johnny Cage on the set fighting Peacemaker, or it's like Peacemaker walks in like, oh yeah, I've been the Suicide Squad sent in to assassinate you, Johnny Cage, and then it's like, here's Peacemaker and Homelander, like here's Omni-Man rather. He's like, this world's gonna be mine, and then Homelander goes, oh yeah, get in line. And then they go to fight each other, and it's like, oh shit. And then Quan Chi and Ermac are doing their thing. Takeda jumps in, like, I have to stop you, Quan Chi.
I just remembered the last time they did this, by the way. Because I kept thinking, because most of them, they just, like, stand around. The last time they did this was the final DLC for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Ultimate.
With Rain and
there
Melina
was,
and
like,
all
a
them.
fighting, like, trailer with Rambo using the machine gun at the very end and
that
stuff.
infamous trailer that had Melina be a cannibal for no reason. Yes.
Did her intro.
Because she eats the random Tarkatan guy.
Yep. I think she chases him down or something. I kind of forgot. Yeah.
She pulls him into a bush and like eats him. Yeah.
It's so strange.
Which, to be fair, she ate humans before, which you could argue is also cannibal because she's like part Edenian, but or humanoid. But
I mean, yeah, it's not weird for her at least.
She
it's
eats
not
everything
weird for her to be
apparently.
a cannibal.
Also, Tarkatans in that old timeline were
she can eat
demon
cyborgs
mutants, so they ate everything.
Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, they even like eat and destroyed Tanya because she had pheromones on her. So.
It could be a fun activity to do one day if we've not got many topics, is go through all the DLC offerings of all the NetherRealm games and just replace all the guest characters. Like, let's say, like Pack 2, you might be like, okay, we've got John Rambo, get rid of him. Who do you put in with Melina and Rain? Tanya. So it's like, well, what would Tanya be like in MK11? And then just kind of imagine that. I mean, the fun one would be Combat Pack 1 and Aftermath, because those characters are then in Aftermath. So that's 4 extra characters that we have to figure out the plot roles for. This could be a fun activity.
Yeah,
that sounds like a Snake video for sure.
In the
sounds
comments
like a Snake
if
video.
you want us to do this.
Some easy ones would be the Revenants that were in MKX that never shows up in MK11.
I could do that as a wasted potential. Yes, you're right.
There you go. Wow, look at that.
Wasted potential.
Brainstorming for you, Snake.
My favorite part about that
you guys,
intro.
this is my content now.
It's your content. Go for it.
This is the Combat
King,
not the Combat Kings.
My favorite part about those wasted potential videos is that like the intro line is always read with the most deadpan voice that Snake can possibly do. Hello and welcome back to Wasted Potential, where we discuss the wasted potential of your favorite storylines.
And then instantly be like, Quan Chi his ass! right after that.
Yeah. It's just the very first line he reads very like very solemnly, but then his personality comes out pretty quick, which is good. I think his personality is the strength. So
Yeah. But by the way,
you're allowed to get mad. I'm not allowed to get mad. So like, you know,
you get mad sometimes. I
true.
feel
I
like
mean,
in videos.
it's fine to get mad if you're fine with MK Reddit being mad at you, and I'm fine with MK Reddit being mad at me.
We can go. That'll be our final topic in just a bit. I think.
That's the
Yeah.
transition. It was such a good segue, and you ruined it, Sonic.
Oh, because I don't think we're done entirely with this, but okay. I guess we're done with the teaser stuff and the Twitter shenanigans. And yeah. Excited to see what happens literally in like next week.
if you want,
but
you
I wanna
both can
say
predict that because I got to go to the bathroom real quick. So if y'all want to talk about that stuff, then
Okay,
you
but I want to say
can.
one thing to you, Dog, before you go, because I wanted to say this 30 minutes ago when you brought up the Aftermath story, and you were saying I'm in the minority when I think I don't like seeing these characters like who have a good ending get a bad ending. That's not a minority opinion, Dog. Everybody, a lot of people agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. A lot of medias that I like have an ending, and then they go with like a 10-year later and fucking kill off the main characters, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this doesn't exist in my head. You know, I always do that for the most part. It's rarely when I like it. Yeah.
Gotcha. One thing that would be cool about that, even though I don't want it to happen, would be that one theory I had would now be correct, which was when we first saw the main menu for Mortal Kombat at the early testing and all that, we thought this is too nice. This is too pretty of a main menu for a Mortal Kombat game. So some of us theorized that as the story mode progressed, it would like get more and more decayed or like destroyed.
That. Yes.
And then once you finish the story mode, it would be all dark and gloomy. That might happen with the DLC. They may change the whole menu with Aftermath.
Eagly did show up in the Mortal Kombat 1.
And it's all chaosy.
Yeah, could happen for sure.
Yeah,
At least when you finish it.
When Peacemaker shows up, when Peacemaker was added, Eagly does fly into the intro. I mean, the main menu, literally. So they could update it depending on like what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, fly to the bathroom, Dog. Go, 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 go.
Well, don't talk while I'm gone. Talk.
What? I heard.
Go, Tomago. You never seen Big Hero 6?
Oh. Yeah. Yes, I know Go. That's right. I don't 100% know those names, but I know Go. Yeah. The goth girl, right?
Yeah.
It's the goat.
I don't think she was I think she was slightly goth style. I don't think she was actually
more like a tomboy girl. I would assume. Yeah. I think she was in the meme where it's just like the badass like Asian with like one strip of hair archetype that there's like so many people love doing.
I'm gonna go get a drink and have a quick slash as well.
I might as well refill my water bottle. I'll be right back too. I should do a funny since I'm the first one who came back. I got nothing. I'm gonna prank Dog.
Pop, pop.
Man, if not for the government deep state, humans would no longer need to do stuff like that. We would just have evolved past it already, but the government deep state keeps us having to poop and pee. Damn them.
Sure.
Alright, I'm glad you guys are back.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because I heard Sonic, I heard his every word. He was like, I should probably make a joke because I'm the first one back.
I did see the green border on Discord. I was like, why is that going off? Is like a fan in the background or something?
My microphone was closer to the fan just then, so that's why it was picking that up, basically.
We don't use fans over here. We have central air conditioning.
I thought you used that when it was broken, though.
I did.
So literally our final topic for today is a...
Oh, boy.
Funny one. It's the funny one, guys. Give me the Reddit goat for making the funny. But
it's not funny to me.
There's a lot of layers to this, but on Reddit, someone compiled the D&D chart, which is I think this is from D&D, the good, neutral, evil, order, neutral, chaotic, like listing. All three of us are on this one this time, so that's why. Isn't it funny that almost every 3 months this happens? It's just like content creators, Super Smash Bros. Clash. Last time it was like a good evil path. Then before that, people started ranking their favorite Mortal Kombat YouTubers, and that was a trend and stuff like that. So here we are again, basically.
Just something just occurred to me. So when we see that Havoc in Shang Tsung's army, that's Chaos Realm Havoc in the Order of Darkness. Fake cleric, exposed. Cleric is over party. He's not a real chaos boy. He's order all the way.
True.
It's funny because we do have chaos and lawful. I said the word order. That's not wrong. It's
That's
lawful
okay. We knew what you
like
meant.
that. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm actually kind of surprised on the choices that were put into like this picture. But at the same time, there's only 9 slots, so I can kind of understand it. But ultimately,
on the comments, it was really funny seeing people being like, "Oh, how dare you leave out this person or this person?" It's like, there are 9 slots. The person's trying to fit them. It's not these are my 9 favorite MK YouTubers, whatever. It's 9 people who kind of fit these particular alignments. Maybe there's a case where one of these other people was the same as like Brusque, and they're like, "Well, I prefer Brusque till Brusque gets in." Guys, calm down. It's not that serious.
It is just one person making a meme, basically. On one hand, I would agree with you, Snake. It's not that serious. But on another hand, there is one person on this list that I genuinely don't think they should have been on here. It's really bad that this guy even has like semi But anyways,
basically, let's just say that one person likes to play Mortal Kombat with people who are too young to play Mortal Kombat. If you know what I'm saying.
It's not just that. It's not just that.
There's
though,
layers to that onion.
It's more fucked up actually. It's at first I didn't even know about that situation with. Okay, well, cat's out of the bag. We're talking about the person we're talking about is 6 Erican because I always thought he was just like a cringe player and that was it. I did not know it got deeper than that. I did not know he had opinions, and I did not know there were like literally like caught in 4K moments of him doing that shit like that you can look up essentially.
Bark for me, bark like a dog. Call me daddy. He does weird stuff like that. Yeah.
Which I think is why the person's here on Evil.
Yeah.
Because
I will say what's funny about 6 Erican is 6 Erican has the same sort of. He has what I call bad popularity because it's only meme famous. 6 Erican can never get views by himself. But if somebody else makes a video like I bodied 6 Erican, then boom, it's like a view multiplier, right?
Yes.
It only works in the negative aspect. It's the same as low tier God. With how known low tier God is, even a lot of normies know who low tier God is. If they don't even like fighting games that much, they still know the low tier God memes because they're everywhere.
Yes.
But low tier God still can't make a living off that. Like he still does not have enough popularity to like pay the rent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you go on YouTube and search 6 Erican. It's like 3, 4, 5 different channels like constantly dunking on this guy. That's the content you find. Yeah.
I will say it's kind of funny who they chose to like do avatars for versus face. Like with Sonic it makes sense because he's known as like that little dragon boy, but for me it's like I'm kind of happy they didn't choose my photo because almost everyone picks like dumb photos of me of like screenshots because that's what everyone else did. They would like take a random screenshot or a freeze frame of me in one of my own videos, but it's like me looking dumb like huh? Or they would use that. Yeah.
Aren't these all their YouTube pictures though? I'm
maybe
pretty
right.
sure most of them are at least. Like
I don't think Sickhander has his face as his channel. I think it's always Sub-Zero with like his face behind it.
Yep, this I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I will say all the favorites are here. All the faces are here. I kind of want to have a hot take right away and say I don't think that people who only stream should be on here because I don't consider streamers the same as content creators because they're just live.
Content creator.
They're not.
Well,
yeah. They're not posting videos and uploading most of the time. They're just like streaming.
Okay, well, who are you mentioning then? Because I think
that'd be 6 Erican. 6 Erican never makes content. He just streams.
Oh, yeah. another reasoning why 6 Erican should not be on here.
Yeah, I think everyone else at least posts their VODs. Like they'll post some of their clips at least to their channel and stuff. I don't think 6 Erican does that at all. I think he just does streams. I do think it's cute though. The Ketchup and Mustard are always seen as like the goody boys. They'll always be the innocent, like the angels.
Yeah. Exactly. If you go on that post on Reddit, you also see everyone just like Ketchup and Mustard are like basically the most beloved, essentially. Yeah. So what do you guys think about your placements though? I'm very happy with mine. I think chaotic good is a very funny description of my videos. I really appreciate it.
It is perfect.
I'm shocked I'm not down as evil, but I guess considering some of the competition, it's not really too surprising. you got an alleged predator, the guest character from MKX, of course, nothing else. We have another guy who I don't know anything about, and then we have the clickbait guy, so, competition was stiff this time.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, man. I'm here with the silver medal. I will say I take issue with both of my alignments. I take issue with evil, but I also take issue with neutral. Like, I feel like I'm pretty chaotic because I make some really out there content sometimes. I made the Smash or Pass video. I made 2 different
you made that
porn
like a
tier
year ago.
lists. I ain't neutral. I made
that was a
I
year
made 2
ago.
different videos dragging Mortal Kombat for censoring the characters and how dumb that is from a moral standpoint. Like, there's no ethics there at all. It's just they
Out
want
of
to do
100.
it.
I think the fact that you shill for MK and
Okay,
also
but how
shits-
many of those have you made? I'm just saying.
I think
You
that-
wouldn't
the
dare
fact-
make a porn tier
the
list,
fact-
would you?
The fact you make
You don't
videos
got the
that actually-
scones.
You shill MK and also shit on it. I feel like that should put you in chaotic.
Well, no, actually, if you show MK and shit on it, shouldn't make you neutral.
No, I don't want to be neutral.
No,
I want to be
I don't mean like
chaotic.
that. I mean because his views are not obvious. They're not transparently obvious where it's going to be. They're all over the place. They change, which is of course a good thing. It's good to have a variety of opinions to be able to look at something and go, these are the good things, these are the bad things. But for some people that's terrible. Some people that's just fence sitting or being inconsistent. But really it's called being human and not being a puppet for a political agenda. But that's neither here nor there. So I feel like Dog honestly should be down as like chaotic neutral. I think that would be more suitable because he's not a good boy like Sonic. Sonic's like purely chaotic good. That is the perfect fit for him, I think. Whereas, whereas with
Because Sonic
I think
never goes after people or like companies. He just
No,
makes
I-
fun of like the thing itself. So like if
Yeah,
the
I
game
do
itself
not
or the
like
story
doing
is
that,
bad,
yeah.
he keeps it in that lane, which is very good. I think I agree with Snake. I think I should be switched with Brusque because only because Brusque is not evil, but Brusque will go to war with his comment section or with his stream
Oh, yeah.
chat. He is not above arguing with his chat, which I would like never dare. My comment section is sacred to me. I will never be mean to those little babies. Those
he
little
also
angels.
does upload clips from random MK games, say, this thing happened, this amazing funny thing or whatever, and get hundreds of thousands of views, and will siphon views away from the real hard-working content creators of the community.
Are
So
you-
I do consider him evil.
Are you
I'm just saying.
slightly shit talking Brusque here at this moment?
Yeah, I'm trying
Brusque
to
is
get myself
watching this.
moved into lawful evil.
I see. Trying to get yourself moved there.
But yeah, I think I should be swapped with Brusque because I think I'm chaotically neutral only because I do make fun of both sides. I'll be pro MK one day or negative MK the next day because I make whatever I think is entertaining. That's why I made a full video just crapping on how NetherRealm in one game somehow managed to make 2 fan favorite characters like the least favorite in just one game, Havoc and Natara. Like in one game they butchered these characters so completely that like now no one's even talking about them anymore. And they used to be like they're always on your mind. Like everyone thought about, I can't wait for Natara, can't wait for
Can't wait
Havoc,
for
and then it's
Havoc.
like one game, and Natara especially. But in terms of lore, they ruined Havoc pretty bad. So
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, how could you have messed up Havoc that bad? And I was worried ever since the day he got revealed because he goes like, raw chaos, and I'm like, okay, Havoc whispers, we're already wrong. Like, damn, we've already got him wrong.
If you put in Havoc on here, old Havoc would be chaotic neutral, whereas now he's like, I'd say lawful evil. Because he has like
Yeah,
a
lawful evil.
specific
Literally, yeah.
goal he's working
Wait, how the
towards.
fuck is 6 Erican lawful? I
Oh,
feel
you
they
just
put 6
noticed
Erican
that.
on here
You just
yeah.
noticed that. Yes.
I feel like they
That's
put
why-
him on here
that's
just to
why-
put him on here.
That
because
part
he's right
made a
below
lot of
the
people
word.
be like, huh?
I think it
He's
depends
right
how you
below the word
define
evil.
lawful. Because some people are going to go, oh, well, lawful is like law. It's like
Oh.
a good thing to some degree. Some people view it as lawful is the status quo. There's different
Actually-
interpretations of it.
I know why he's lawful, you guys. I know why he's actually lawful now and why it makes sense. I'm not
he
sure if you
runs
know
with
the
the
meme
law?
or not, but 6 Erican, because he's not very skilled at the game, he will impose rules on his opponent that they have to follow
lawful.
to make it in his favor. So, for example, he says throws are banned, or you can only throw once per round. So that's why he's lawful, because he makes like rules up on the fly. And then when fighting
Yeah.
Sonic Fox, he like wouldn't let him pick all of his mains. So Fox is like, okay, well, can I pick General Shao? And he goes, you can pick Shao, but you gotta put the hammer down. You can't use the hammer the whole match.
Yeah. And he still
Which
wins.
is funny because Shao, if you know anything about the game, Shao is more dangerous when the axe is down anyway.
He
That's why it's
punches
only
so
down-
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it goes down for a set amount of time and then comes back whether you want it to or not, because he's just too strong in that form.
It's like,
But yeah.
at that point, why even bother having a match with someone if you're just going to be like, oh, you have to do this, 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 and this. It's all in my favor. Like,
Yeah, it's part of the meme.
It's just a shit on him basically because he's bad at the game. So it's just to be like, oh, have this rule, sure. I'm still gonna beat the fuck out of you. That's why people want to fight him, even though he does that.
He even like with one of my favorite content creators, Mike Terlinsky, who I've watched go from like not popular to semi-popular to like I'm pretty sure now he's the #1 views on YouTube, but he doesn't post consistently enough. But whenever he posts, it's like 100K, like guaranteed.
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
I saw a lot of people on the comments being like, "Where's Mike?" You know, like he's been rising up and stuff. And Super. There's a lot of other content creators, but again,
Mike would be chaotic good for sure. Mike Terlinsky would be chaotic good, and just replace Six Erican with him. But Mike fought Six Erican, and he had the most ridiculous rule of all time, which is you can't use your main. So Mike had to learn an entirely new character just to fight Six Erican.
I actually do. I've been watching some of his videos too. By the way, you said replace him with Six Erican. That would put him in lawful evil though, dog.
Oh, lawful evil.
Basically,
okay, he should be chaotic evil.
What you said was chaotic good, so you'd replace me. You know.
Well, put him in chaotic. Put him somewhere in chaotic. That's where he belongs.
I do think this list is kind of like similar to some of the other previous ones that we've seen. There's a lot of like some of the same sentiments, but I do think I'm happy as a community, people are getting together and being like, even if you hate some of these people, even if you hate Shrododog because of like AI thumbnails, clickbaity, trying to squeeze the milk out of the things, 8-minute video, even if you hate that for that, he should not be compared to a fucking like pedo Six Erican, For that, like, you should not compare. Like, this is
allegedly. This is allegedly, right?
Well, he has comments, and he actually likes breastfeeding shit on TikTok and stuff like that. There's a lot. I'm just saying. But yeah, sure. Allegedly, yeah.
I'm not making any allegations here. I'm just listening to them.
Yeah, I went through some of them. I'm just thinking, like, should I delete my internet history now? I really
Let's be real though, Sonic. They don't dislike me for any of those reasons. That's all just like secondary. The reason Reddit doesn't like me is because I've made multiple videos firing back at them, and now they want to have a little war with me.
I don't know. That's like a year ago, though, right?
They don't forget. Sonic, we're talking about people with so little to do that they resort to spending time on Reddit. Like, you have to have so little going on to actually spend time on Reddit. I'm sorry, but there's YouTube, there's Twitter. Reddit's like the final destination for when you've done everything else online that you can do, and now you must go on Reddit.
Sure. Shrododog, have you ever made a video like shit-talking Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to think, because I do see literally the same things that they would criticize you on Twitter, on Reddit, and on YouTube. So I'm just thinking, like, this is, like, matter for, like, the community.
Twitter mainly hates me for my sexy outfits videos that I made two of.
Yeah.
They hate that. I made a tier list one time just for Twitter. That was funny, too. Where I had, like, Twitter opinions. I also made, well, not for Twitter specifically, it was for like Twitter MK, because they were already mad at me for like that one joke tier list that I made. So I made another joke tier list, but I never mentioned anywhere in the video that it was a joke tier list. It was just like, you would know right away if you know my channel or if you understand the game at all, you know that I'm memeing, because I say shit like, oh well, General Shao is a boss character, so of course he's top tier. And Shao Kahn was terrible in MK11, so you knew that I was joking right away.
Oh wait, people got pissed about that? I remember you made that as like a joke, yeah.
Oh yeah, people got mad at my, I made it like, because I titled it something silly, but it should have been obvious that it was a joke, but they didn't catch on. The title was like, the only tier list we truly need, ... which the ... is an obvious joke reference, right? But the joke was, the top row was like characters that win with a single string, and it was like the mix-up characters, like Sonya with the overhead low mix, right? And then it was like characters that win with a single special move, characters that win with, and the joke was that that's like their crutch. It's not all they actually do, but it's the crutch of why that character is good. And they even got some pros upset. Like, I think Scar got mad and quote tweeted like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, it's clearly not meant to be taken seriously.
What happened to you, Snake? You got like flashbanged.
I was just been charging this light, and then I turned it on, and it went a bit too bright.
I see. You were like, you're
like Scott Pilgrim in that one scene.
I am like a vampire. I don't like leaving the house. I don't like bright sun. I get too warm and pasty.
Your cell phone is on white mode.
The default mode. How do you racist? I think we've mentioned everybody already. I'm just happy that Losty Girl is still being put on these lists, because I feel like I worried that Losty Girl was someone people would forget about. But I'm glad people were still...
I feel like I always see her. Yeah. She's always mentioned a bit.
So you're worried that should become lost irrelevance?
True. To be lost.
And that's not me saying that. It's just a pun. Calm down,
joke,
Twitter.
guys.
I know.
I can already
Reddit.
picture.
I know jokes are not your forte, Twitter and or Reddit. But calm down, guys.
I can already picture Stickhander being like, "How dare you put me in this column with this trash, with that man who stole my videos, and that other man that likes children. How dare you put me in this video with the? How dare you put me in this chart, in the same column as these men."
Yeah, I actually kind of like I did the horrible thing of actually legit checking out some of the replies and kind of going down the rabbit hole of it getting like worse and worse. And why is he flashbanging us?
He's showing his gotcha game.
He's showing it again.
Only you saw it before.
I wish
it wasn't them. It's fine.
Okay, fine. You remember that. Fine.
I wish I could love any one thing as much as Snake loves Fate.
And Fire Emblem. But basically, I kept looking down, and some of them are just really like fine. Just like, okay, I like this.
How did it not kill him? God.
Okay, I like this. I
Three
dislike
supers
this.
at him. He didn't die. I'm gonna kill this man.
I was very surprised to see how many people like really cared about the Force Snake, whether liking or disliking him. Just a lot of opinions about him. Like, oh, I'm pretty surprised about this. Not so many opinions about me though. A lot of people. I appreciate the people who like me. There was one guy who literally wants to fucking kill me, so that's awesome.
He must be an extremist who just hates anyone who's like scalier. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like something about like I want to execute him something style or some shit. It was like okay, great. Luckily that one got downvoted the fuck, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah,
I would go-to defense is like he just wants reptile
Sonic
porn. Leave him alone.
But what I did see was literally some people will take it to the extreme and go with like some really fucked up rumors. I think there was one person who would just go on like this tangent saying like I played this guy online and this person advocates for teabaggers and like how bad it is and shit like that. And then it's like I won against him, but then like this person disconnects against me. I have his PSN number, so it turns out this guy is a piece of shit. And I'm like, calm the fuck down, okay?
Advocates for teabaggers? What?
I forgot the exact like.
It can't be me because I haven't played
I
online in like a year, so it can't be me. They're just lying if that's the case.
You know, I gotta say, I read these comments and the Force Snake, I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed in you. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Like, I cannot believe that you think that groping a woman's ass does not count as sexual harassment. I'm not joking. Someone said that in the comment section about you. They said like the Force Snake was questioning whether or not that's consent or not. I'm like, what the fuck does this come from?
And I bet it's a fictional character of some kind too. Like he's probably just talking about fictional characters doing fictional things, and this person is still treating it like it's a real thing.
I was watching a video about Man of Steel. The dude grabs the woman's ass, and so I was like, and the person making the video described it as sexual assault. So I was like, does that count? Because to me, the word assault implies something like way more serious than just groping without consent. Like obviously that's still bad, but I wouldn't. I'd consider it like harassment, not assault. Assault to me feels more like the way you describe
harassment versus assault. Yeah, that's a better word for it.
I believe that still does count as a sexual assault. Yes, when you say that, it is like more extreme. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that does still count. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, well, is that? Like, I think maybe because of the way I worded it, maybe could have worded it a little better. But I'm just asking for clarification, really. And some people are like, no, you have to just take our word for it. You have to just accept this. Like, no, I'm just want clarification. Is that a crime now? I guess so.
Yeah, someone really remembered that all the way till today. That's what I just saw in the comment section. Actually, there was one comment that I find very interesting that I did want to bring up, because a lot of people really hate your Takeda take on Reddit. People were like, yeah, like Snake is so unbearable and his fucking forcing us to read Takeda and shit and whatnot.
Here's the thing. I never got on anyone's case for saying it wrong. I just said it as accurately as I can, because MK just objectively gets it wrong. So I just say it the way as close to accurately as I can. Takeda. It is a real Japanese name. It has an official Japanese pronunciation. So I pronounce it as accurately to that as I can. Obviously, when I'm speaking fully in a full sentence, I might say a bit quickly. So some people get it wrong and say that I'm saying like Takada or something, which is obviously not saying Takada. Or Takeda or something, but also I never really got on anyone's case for pronouncing it the way the game does. I would explain, no, this is the way it's supposed to be said. I was explaining why I say it that way, and people took it the wrong way as usual and thought I was saying that everyone should say it that way. If you don't, you're a dumb arsehole, which I never said anything like that. But if you do think I said that, then you are a dumb arsehole. for other reasons, but So
yeah, that's an interesting one that I do see a lot of
and
people bring up.
But it's one of those things where it's like, why are you booing me? I'm right.
So I like to
It is
actually
pronounced wrong in the game. I don't know what to tell you. I am objectively correct here. They do say it wrong. And you can't say NetherRealm made people. The excuse people use NetherRealm made the name. They didn't make the name. They chose the name. You would not go to bat on this if they said it was Joni Cage, right? You would say no, that's stupid. It's clearly Johnny. Shut up, right? Just shut the fuck up, you losers.
Or the person's name is Bob and they call him Bob.
Losers. Oh my god.
Hey, but wait, there is an example of that though. There is a funny example of that, which is Thomas, right? Smoke's name is Thomas, but they call him Tomas.
Which is a different language, is variant of it, where it's a name in that language. Takeda is not a name in English.
I thought we agreed his name was Tokido. Tokido.
I thought it was Takeda.
Takonda.
Takeda.
Yeah. So I want to just say, basically, there was a reply that I did find interesting that I kind of wanted to like bring this reply to you, Snake. So you're very adamant on getting this name correctly, Takeda, basically, because that's how
for myself.
Dynasty Warrior pronounces it. So you want to do that because that is the correct pronunciation way and for the Japanese name. So should you start calling him Raiden?
Well, isn't the actual god's name Raijin?
Well,
yeah,
the other way, but Raiden is the other way of saying that, if you want to spell it that way. And that is the correct Japanese way of pronouncing that name. Raiden is literally...
I would agree normally with you, Sonic. The only reason I disagree is because at one point they did change Raiden's spelling to Rayden because they really want you to pronounce it that way.
Yeah, but that's NetherRealm changing that. We're calling him Raiden because of NetherRealm, but Raiden is how you're supposed to pronounce that name.
Okay, I mean whatever you want to say.
But it's like my particular view is that for the Earthrealm characters that is the case, but for like gods, like I don't say like Hotaru is clearly it's. That is a Japanese name and a word, but it's from Order Realm. So it's just. So my view of it is that that's just another. Just happens to be the same because plenty of languages.
So it's
plenty of languages will make the same words, and by chance and have different pronunciations. So my view is more like that. I mean, whether you agree with that or not is fine. I genuinely do not give a shit if someone disagrees with that.
Yeah. I just find it very interesting that someone did find like this example because it does literally, it is your viewpoint of saying like how to correctly pronounce Japanese names, and Raiden is how you correctly pronounce like Raiden, essentially.
I don't care. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just find it really interesting. So
the reality is, those people, it works both ways. I'll stop here.
I just want to bring that up because when I saw that, I was like,
well, in Snake's defense, even Sub-Zero,
respond to that.
In Snake's defense, even Sub-Zero says Takeda. He says Takahashi Takeda. Like he says the name correctly. So
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's Bloom, isn't it? That's Bloom himself.
And technically speaking, like Raiden is mortal. He's from Earthrealm in the newest game, but
from China.
It's in China. Yep. But it's called a Japanese name. Anyways, just a little fun thing. But I do find some of these, like, people really love to, like, dig deep with these shits. And, like, I find it really... this is just a fucking funny little post. Why are we, like, going so hard on some of these things? I got one, but this is not about this post, but, like,
perpetually
one of my mods,
online. That's the reason. Sonic perpetually online. Or is it clinically online?
Clinically sounds more like...
Whatever the term is for being online so much that everything starts to bother you because you start seeing... internet as the real world.
Terminally online.
Terminally.
Yeah, one of those works either way. I got like one of these like Reddit got you moment like comments like a long time ago. It's like a year ago, but one of my mods sent it to me just to be like, I can't believe someone said this about you. I'm gonna read it verbatim. Streets were saying he was sending hentai in a Discord chat minors were in. People can just say that shit.
Yeah,
let me give you 3 points here. Number one, my Discord server, you need to be fucking 18 to enter it, or you need to shut the fuck up about your age. Don't disclose your age. That's how I do it on Twitch chat too. Number two, we can't fucking send hentai on my fucking chat. We don't send porn. If you do, my mods will ban you and take the picture out. Number three, if you actually think the sexy reptile pictures I have in my videos is the hentai, go fucking touch grass. Okay?
Yes.
Never go watch Family Guy again and be like, you gotta be triggered every time you see like Peter Griffin naked, okay? Fuck off. I cannot believe I have this allegation on me. It's like literally. Like
Yeah. Yep.
this does not make me want to touch Reddit. Even though there was a lot of nice comments that I've seen here, but this one fucker that I just read right here, I'm just like, it's so easy to make these allegations, you know? I'm gonna make a brave statement here, you know? Pedophilia is bad. Pedophilia is horrible, right? Brave statements here.
Big agree, King. Big
Right,
agree.
thanks, guys. But insinuating that for someone else, like calling someone else with that, with no fucking basis whatsoever, I genuinely take giant offense to that. It's like, you can ruin someone's career by saying that. So genuinely, this person, like, I hope you step on Lego for a year. There, okay.
Did you report them? Because that's something you can get
I
banned on Reddit for, I think. Did you report them? That's something you can actually get banned for, like spreading rumors like that.
I don't know. It's just someone just screenshotted it and showed it to me, basically. So I don't know like what this post was based off of. And just like, it was a year ago.
Oh, I thought you found it on this Reddit one, like just now.
No.
Oh,
not this one. Not this one. Yeah, it was like another one. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes Reddit can be really fucked up.
Because you brought up Man of Steel, like that movie is so old. So to think about how long they've been holding on to that, just to like get mad about it again, is crazy.
But it wasn't when the film came out. It's just someone had made a video and I was watching the video and person described the thing that way.
Well, how long ago was that though?
Like a year ago.
Yeah, it's still crazy to hold on to that for a whole year. So to quote a famous philosopher whose name I cannot think of anymore, revenge is like holding on to a burning stone with the intention of throwing it at somebody. Like you're doing more damage to yourself. Just let go of that burning rock. Just let it go. Move on. Like holding on to that weird random thing that Snake said from a year ago is just ridiculous. Like my gosh, move on.
And yeah, he didn't mean like, he's not literally saying we should all start groping people's ass now since it doesn't count as sexual assault. That's literally not what he meant.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I said we should all start groping people's asses. Just so you quote the right person.
It's just I didn't think it was on that level, so I asked about it. Is it really considered that? Maybe I could have worded it a little better, but now I know better. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the conversation. I know better. Like that's why you're still holding on to it.
I hate to ask Sonic, but I imagine a majority of the negative comments were about me, huh?
From what I saw, most are about me.
Yes, and Six Erican. Mostly Six Erican, actually.
Yeah.
They were just like, why the fuck is he here? You are not worse than Six Erican, luckily, Trinidad. I'm just telling you, you are not.
I mean, I'm lucky that Six Erican was included on this chart, I guess, because otherwise it would have been mostly me.
Probably, yeah. All right, well, I'm very excited to see 3 months from now when we're going to be put onto the... What's a meme that's like this?
Oh, the castle one, but that guy was actually cool because he showed up in the comments section and was like, "Oh wow, Fourth Snake talked about my Reddit post." So that guy was actually chill when it had like the evil castle on the mountaintop and we were put up there. Yeah, and I joked how like Sonic was in the forest, like reptile below the bridge, so it was like perfect.
To be clear, we don't have any serious issues with the person who made this thing or any of the placements. It's just funny. Maybe next time, I know you have to have the evil slot, but maybe don't include like genuine evil. That's my constructive criticism. Leave genuine evil off. Just have it be playful evil. That's a new alignment. Genuine evil, playful evil.
Genuine evil, playful.
So dog is playful evil. He will say, "Haha, Reddit, silly dum-dums." I'm genuine evil because I say Reddit is dumb and smelly, and everyone who uses it is a dum-dum idiot head. So there's your new alignment chart. Good job.
Reddit, you are silly dum-dums. You heard it here first, Reddit. You are a bunch of silly dum-dums.
Good job, dog. Take your Reddit gold. So big chungus lamau. I don't know what they say, the Reddit language.
The only Reddit I respect is edgy Reddit. And they wouldn't let me be edgy even years ago in MK11. I tried to make some edgy posts on MK11, and I got censored for it. They like removed my post or they removed my comment even, and I was just being edgy back to someone who's edgy to me first. But that's how censored MK Reddit is. So you know what? I only respect Reddits that are lawless and wild. That's what Reddit should be for, but it's not that anymore. It's all moderated and tame and boring.
So you
and they talk about side boob, man side boob, which is strange.
I don't think they're talking about that anymore though. That was MK11, you know.
That's why it was funny though, because my friend posted like someone took like someone actually posted about that. Like they showed my post, and then like y'all complain about this, but then post about this and upvote it like crazy, and it's like just Scorpion's side boob in MK11.
But that reminds me of
Side for the win.
That reminds me of that one website that was complaining about Resident Evil mods that like made Ashley like I think he gave her bigger boobs or something like that, and it was like,
Crazy
this is awful. While also be like, here's our favorite like mods, including like sexy
The
Leon.
Kotaku, the Kotaku
yeah, it's like
article and stuff.
It's like, come on, guys.
Double standards here.
If they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all.
What I'm thinking is like the next chart they can make is like, you know, the kind of chart that look like this, and it's like the more above,
the graph?
it's like yeah, it'll be like that. It'll be like what level of like MK YouTuber will be around here and whatnot and stuff like that. That might be the next one. Overall, I give this meme a chaotic good. I think honestly the responses kind of riled me up a bit more than the meme itself. I think the meme was fun to talk about, but the responses kind of made me feel.
If you're gonna make one of these again, don't post it on Reddit because the people there are terrible people. Post it on Twitter. That's slightly better. Not a lot, but it's slightly better.
Yeah, this is interesting of a take. I don't hear this often. You think Reddit is worse than Twitter?
Yeah, because if I go on like a thread on Twitter, I don't see people just shit talking me, saying I've got a huge ego. The go-to talking point that they never have any evidence is them being like, hey, he has an ego because of this thing, which I could look at and go, oh, I can improve from that. They just say ego. It becomes a buzzword. It's like when people call people cucks or other stuff like that. Like it's just overdone and it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Simp, Ohio Riz, skibbity toilet.
Like if you think I have a big ego somehow, even though I famously have like no self-esteem whatsoever, I don't know where I could possibly have an ego. By all means, tell me when I display this so I can look at it and go, oh, that's why they think that. Otherwise, shut your mouth.
Everyone has their different triggers.
Oh yeah, I think Snake got really. I guess I kind of got triggered with that one comment too. But
well, no, I was gonna say one of my friends has a trigger of Snake. He likes Snake, but he has a trigger. He gets mad every time Snake says M1K. He's like, I want to punch him in his gob. Just say MK1. And I'm like, no, he's saying that because it's like, it's literally spelled that way on the logo. So it's funny. He's like, no, he's trying to claim that it's like terrible and inferior to like MK1. And I'm like, no, he's joking about how it's literally spelled that way. Like, it's literally
it is. There is already a game called MK1 that has been called MK1 for 30 years, longer than most people who currently are fans of the series have been fans of the series or even alive. And I need a way to distinguish it other than saying MK1 2023 or the new MK1. So in the logo it's M1K, or Model 1 Combat. So it's like, well, there you go. I could have said MK12, but MK12 is objectively not as funny as Mortal 1 Combat. Mortal 1 Combat is just fun to say. So
also, now that you mentioned it, Snake, it's kind of funny. If not for the community naming MK 2011 Mortal Kombat 9. If we hadn't named it that name is almost worse. It's almost more of an offender because when you type in Mortal Kombat, you would have gotten the same game because the titles are technically the exact same. Yeah. At least MK1 has the number 1 in it, so we can like Google Mortal Kombat and maybe get some of the original screenshots. But if we Google Mortal Kombat 1, we get the newest game.
So let me ask you this, dog. Does this friend of yours call it Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat 9?
I don't know if we don't really talk about it enough. I could ask him.
Because, I'm just saying, if people are going to insist I have consistency in my pronunciations, then they have to have consistency in the way they refer to these games.
I mean, everyone makes fun of me for saying Jeanette instead of Janet. So.
I will say this, though, about Snake's M1K comment. I think we like saying M1K because of Snake's influence, honestly. And
it's pretty funny. I like that joke.
With that being said, though, we don't have a strong enough influence to literally like shift the community into getting everyone to say M1K like they did back in MK9. And that's totally fine. But I will say I genuinely think that like it would have been better if we tried to do a community thing like this, because you cannot physically like call it MK1 anymore. I mean, like the first Mortal Kombat game. It's like you say MK1, no one's gonna think of that. Like you search Mortal Kombat 1, you are never going to find like the original Mortal Kombat. You literally have to type Mortal Kombat 1992 or call it Mortal Kombat like the first Mortal Kombat game in 1992. That's what I call it now in my video because of the title and stuff like that. It would have been much easier if us as the community came up with a better name and stuff like that. But M1K did not stick for everyone else, so now we're stuck with basically almost deleting the first game.
It's gonna get way worse when the sequel gets here if they call it Mortal Kombat 2.
Do you mean the game or do you mean the movie?
The game. The movie's gonna be confusing too, but no, like the game
Yeah.
is gonna be so confusing if they actually commit to calling it Mortal Kombat 2 because we already have an MK2. It's gonna be even more
That
confusing.
one was Mortal Kombat II. This one's Mortal Kombat 2. Get with it.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine they call it Mortal Kombat 2.
Dos.
Mortal Kombat Parallel.
Mortal Kombat Nichi. Wait, Ni. Sorry, Mortal Kombat Ni.
Mortal
Sorry,
Kombat
Japanese.
Mortal Kombat Multi.
Multi. But yeah, honestly, I wasn't expecting us to go this long on this topic. I thought it would just maybe like 10 minutes, and we've been kind of like shit talking this like meme for like the past like 30 minutes.
But not
actually,
shit talking
so.
the meme, just like ribbing it.
Yeah, we're just shit talking each other. Shit talking all sorts of things. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was kind of fun. I appreciate whenever we can talk about these sort of things. It's just brought up. Why not? Yeah, I guess that'll be about it for the episode. A bit of an announcement. Me and Dog are going abroad next week, so we
Not
won't
together.
be able to. No, I mean we both are going different places. Oh yeah, me and Dog are going abroad like next week. That sounds like we're going together. But I'm going to Japan. He's going to Evo, so we won't be able to record an episode for episode 50. However, we pre-recorded an episode, so that's going to be coming out the end of July. So we're not going to talk about the new Invasion season or Takeda's release and year 2 Kombat Pack 2, all these shenanigans, because we're not here. Well, I'm not here. Dog might be back. So just a heads up, the next episode won't be very, very trendy, not very talking about topical things. We're going to do a 50th episode special with very cool things. Q&A.
Yeah, very cool things. Q&A. I'll try to record a lot of what I do in Vegas this time, just to give you guys an idea of what you can do if you go to Evo. Because it's not just about Evo, obviously. If it was, it would be like most conventions, really boring after the first day. But because you're in Vegas, you can enjoy Vegas, which has tons of really cool stuff. And it doesn't have to be 18 plus. There's plenty of stuff in Vegas that is enjoyable for all ages. I never had to go to a single club in Vegas. It's still fun.
Nice.
Episode 51 is going to be fucking stacked.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We have way too many things to talk about.
Because we've got the all the stuff announced for year 2, which we don't know how much that could be. It could be, here's a little thing, here's what's going to roughly be going on. It might be trailer. We don't know how big they want to go with this. Then there's also Sonic's going to want to talk about his trip. Dog's going to want to talk about his trip.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll probably be some other stuff announced at Evo, maybe, Dog might want to talk about and whatnot. So there's we could even just talk about other stuff, maybe we'll talk about Lydia. Who knows? But there's a lot, so that one might end up being one of those classic Combat Kings 2-parters, and then
classic 2-parters.
And then it'll be 4 weeks later we finally record again, and we'll have to catch up again. And so it's
the
a
thing
perpetual cycle.
I just realized that's really funny is that we're gonna be very outdated when we talk about those things. It's check out all these things that happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Personally, I blame you
I guess
too,
one
because
tiny announcement. It's not a big deal.
You should have known NetherRealm was going to be announcing this stuff right around this time and picked a different dates. Personally, I think the fact you didn't know that proves that you're bad at your jobs and you should stop.
Okay, come to my country and negotiate that with my mom.
Right, I'm on the way.
There he goes. A whole little map of the plane going across, in the movies.
Indiana Jones or
the little
something.
map thing, yeah.
And going there and stuff.
Then he gets delayed in one of the states. It's a 3-hour delay. He's like, fuck's sake! The music
It's
stops.
over, Sonic. It's over. Ignore the fact I've not got a mag in here. It's fine. It's over, Sonic.
Yeah, I thought about they might announce the year 2 things closer to September. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be July, but.
Well, here's the funny thing too. I did theorize it was going to be revealed somewhere around Evo, but I also always tell people in my chat, or my audience, I'm like, guys, that's what normal fighting game companies do. NetherRealm sometimes just completely misses out and doesn't at all plan around tournaments. They could announce something like Combo Breaker. They don't. They announce it the day before or the day after. For Pete's sake, last year at Evo with MK11, They showed the Night Wolf trailer like the day before Evo, just randomly on their own like channel. They could have shown it at Evo and got way more hype, but they didn't. They just showed it the immediate day before, which also cucked me because I had no way of doing a reaction video to it when I'm in Vegas. So, you know.
Didn't all the characters get pushed back by like 2 weeks when Peacemaker was delayed? Like, when all the release dates pushed back?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because
Not sure, actually.
that would suggest that if that hadn't happened, this wouldn't be happening at Evo. I think it's completely coincidence that it's happening around Evo. I think it's just because now that we're at the end of the first wave, they want to announce what the next wave is going to be straight away because they have foolishly tied all their content updates into new seasons of Invasions. And a normal game could just be like, oh, we'll just go like 3 or 4 months with no new real content. NetherRealm's like, oh, what, we're going to stick with the same season of Invasions for 3 months? No, we can't do that. So,
I don't think so.
So I think they've kind of forced themselves into a corner, and this is the only way to do it. And it just happens to work out for them because it's around Evo.
Sure, but because that their
Comic-Con.
main event that they're going to be like showcasing is San Diego Comic-Con. So that's already been scheduled for a while. And they did do San Diego Comic-Con last year. That's when they revealed Reiko and all the DLC characters. So
Yeah.
I think for at least the year 2 stuff, I think they've already planned that they're going to do this panel like a while already.
Yeah.
All right, end the episode. Go check out my mom, Snake. Go.
Wait, what?
Do the Indiana Jones. Dun, dun, dun. No, I meant like, didn't you say
Check
you're going to
out
go?
your mom? What?
Did I word that wrong? I feel like I
Yes.
did. You know what?
That's why
we're
it's
gonna
funny,
reset.
though.
It's time to reset the timeline. We're gonna go back to Combat
Sonic,
Kings
Sonic,
episode
remember,
1. It's all
I am-
over,
No,
guys.
not
I'm
again.
Wolf guy.
Not
Gotta
again.
reset.
I'm the worst guy you could have said this to.
Okay, it's over, guys. We had a great run, guys. See you later.
I'm turning into Movado. Doing your mom, doing your mom.
Oh my gosh!
I'm more mad that Sonic asked you to check out his mom when he should have asked
Shut
me
up!
to check out
Stop!
his
We are
mom.
ending the episode right now. Step done.
I hope your mom watches.
She doesn't. No, she does. Shit.
Darn.
Fuck.
Hi,
okay.
Sonic's mother. Hello.
Shut up!